Hello, my swanlings, and welcome to the probably final Aviary Attorney stream. And I just realized I need to adjust my keyboard and mic. I'm sorry if this makes a horrible sound. There we go. One day I'm gonna actually get the stand for this thing set up. Well, not the stand. It has like an arm that I can attach to the desk. Currently, it's on like just a stand that goes on the desk.
I have
Anyway.
mine underneath my, I have like a little thing underneath the table of where my desk is sitting on, and it's not good. it is a few days from not getting knocked over.
You know, my desk is it is a good size, and honestly, I like the setup of it being in a corner because it gives me great access to my 3 monitors, right? You know? But the issue is I don't have extra space. So anything I need to set on my desk kind of gets either crammed somewhat under the monitors or it just starts piling up and I have to continuously clean this. And I'm like, please, I just want more space so I can put things and not have it be a mess. But that's not the concern today. Hi guys, I'm very excited for this. We'll finally probably get to learn about JJ Falcon's past. I also want to know what happened to ''𝐒𝐄 𝐅𝐄𝐋, because I know we saved him, but
JJ.
The
Sorry.
voice you gave him is so funny.
JJ.
It's just so funny.
Again.
God, I love this game so much. Okay, let us get to it as we try probably to remember any of the accents we did.
Hey Swan, can I see the game, please?
Oh right, I forgot about that one. Hold on.
Can I see it, please?
Oh, I was gonna tell you before I went live, actually. I nearly went live with my stream game category as Fire Emblem Three Houses. I have done that, I think, 2 times and this is the 4th stream, so for half of the streams we have, I think I started on the wrong, in the wrong game category. Anyway, now we can begin.
I was getting water from my mini fridge. Okay.
Oh, I'm so
man,
sorry.
oh man. You'll be fine. I thought I could go faster.
Speed.
So much there, that impromptu trial yesterday. Those rebels were all like... I don't know if my mic is working.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. It cut out slightly, but not, it still heard.
It's okay. It's because I have it connected to a USB, so every time I knock it around, it starts to, disconnect.
Oof.
We're executing this mob justice, but you were like, oh, man. Dude, this is how France is, chicken pluckers. And then they were all like...
Spyerson, let's get serious for a moment.
No, you just pulled off the craziest lawyering move in history of French law. We should be celebrating.
We don't have time to pull out the champagne. Didn't you see the anger in the rebels' eyes? Didn't you feel the tension in the air? We're just days away from the violence breaking out on the streets.
Oh, yeah, I guess another revolution might be around the corner. But what exactly can we do? We already told the police everything we know. Unless you're not thinking of arming yourself to the teeth and fighting the rebel forces yourself, are you?
What? No! You watch far too many action operas. I was thinking of preparing a legal case.
A case? For whom?
At their core, all historical revolutions center on trials. A nation's rulers are tried and held accountable for their crimes. But you saw the horrendous trial that took place last night. Nobody cares about due process when emotions are running high. Regardless of the outcome of the revolution, we need to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for justice.
That makes sense. So, what's the plan? We head to Quanelle's Tavern and hand out some business cards?
Think bigger. Who will the rebels target?
The king?
Exactly. To the Palace Royal!
Brother.
This man really just said, okay, I just saved,
I'm going to sue the king!
I wonder if we're actually gonna do that. Virtual hug, Tori, I give. Yes, I can speak. Hello, my swanlings, and welcome to the stream, Tori. I'm gonna drink some water. Anyway, Falcon and Sparrowson rush to the Palace Royal to arrange a private audience with the king. After filling in a pile of forms, the two are led to a waiting area.
Are you here to see the king? Sorry.
No, it's all good. I should have just gone for it.
I saw his face and went, this guy sounds like he talks in the back of his throat.
Yeah. You know what? Fair enough. That's right.
Okay, take a number and wait to be called. What is this? A doctor waiting room?
I guess.
What?
Take a number.
Yup. Just wait your turn.
Oh god. Are you a vulture? Maybe?
That is in fact a vulture.
More fools who have come to see the king? Let me guess. Lawyers. That's right. How did you...
Hey, I know you. You're the Prime Minister, Monsieur 𝐒𝐄.
I gave him such a voice for being a Prime Minister. Oh, wow. You're right, Sparrowson. It's an honor to meet you, Prime Minister. Spare the fuck, what did I do for him? 5 seconds.
It was just a slightly lower version of your voice with like a British accent.
Oh, true. You right. Spare the formalities. You two are here to offer the king legal aid, aren't you?
Yup. We're going to offer him assistance at the upcoming rebellion. Totally.
Yeah, I'm gonna try speaking more in the back of my throat. Let me take a note from your book. Let's see if I fuck this up. Let me give you a word of advice. Don't bother. Excuse me? The king doesn't take kindly to any form of criticism. He buries his head so far in the sand that one could swear he's an ostrich. One would think that 7 assassination attempts would be enough for a man to learn that he is detested. With all due respect, Prime Minister, I think the King of France is mature enough to not let his ego get in the way of senses. I'd like to think, at least. So one would think.
Wait for!
That was fast. That's us. It was a pleasure meeting you, Monsieur. Good luck. You'll need it.
24, calling number 24.
He is rocking! He's so funny.
Look at that little guy.
Cannot wait for him to throw a temper tantrum. Good day, Your Majesty.
Good day, monsieur. Can I help you with something?
Is that just an egg he is holding?
That is, in fact, just an egg. I don't like his thumb. Look at his thumb. Look
no!
Look at both of his thumbs.
No!
Why do he got grippers? Why do he have grippers
Why
on
do
his
we
hands?
have those sorts of grippers? Like, yeah, we all got hands, but you know... we birds are very interesting. You know, it's a lot of us birds that actually have high places in the government if you think about it, because, you know, he is there, then even in the prison, you know, one of the guards, you know, bird person, this guy's a bird, then the judge that we got the first time was a bird.
I'm curious to know if there is a ratio from birds to mammals because there might be more birds than mammals.
That is
Hold
true.
On. How many bird species are there?
We're doing
10,000.
research.
How
Damn.
many mammals species are there?
I mean, are we taking into account the ones we killed off because we're horrible people?
Slightly over half, so there are more than 5,400 mammal species, but there are 10,000 bird species.
Okay, never mind. Maybe it isn't just birds being in positions of power, but more so there are just more birds.
There's a lot more birds.
There are more birds that exist, which is cool. We have the numbers, Dan.
We have the numbers. In fact, there's, 10,824 species of bird described in the world.
A bird.
Bird.
We shall rise. Oh, I probably should have prepared a speech beforehand. That would have been smart, huh? You know, the opposite of what I am.
Just wing it.
Right, let's see how to start.
Listen up, slut. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I said the word and then it made me realize that wasn't good.
I'm not child friendly.
God.
I'm not exactly like so far the other way, but I curse freely.
I just say out-of-pocket stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And that's just, anyone can look back on the Mythos clips, and one of the most viewed Mythos clips is me saying something out of pocket.
You know, that's honestly the best kind. We'll go in between. I don't want to be like too into his ego, but I also don't think we should do this.
I would say, listen up, slut.
Yeah, but what if this kills us early on?
To the guillotine. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was tempted. I am sorry. Listen up, Your Majesty. We got important matters to discuss, and we don't have time for anything. We're fucked. Yeah! I'm talking to the king of this country. Yes.
How rude. Is that any way to speak to your king?
This is exactly the way to speak to your king. What is Murdays?
Murder is about to go down. I feel like that... Murder is shit. It's just shit in French. I forgot about that.
Oh, how fun.
Shit's about to go down.
You know what? We'll go to the middle of the road. We started off strong. We gotta ease. There's a storm coming. Rebels are plotting your downfall, and many believe that a serious uprising is imminent. I feel like he might know this.
Imminent, you say? Goodness. I need to, like, have my nose plugged when I speak for this guy, because I feel like he should sound like he has snot in his nose. I don't know why.
I want money, but at the same time, we need him to accept our help if we want to do anything.
We can help for a price. Yeah, maybe like middle of the road.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this one also feels very egotistical, I guess. Well, technically, to him, you know, because, like, you need us. Totally.
He does need us. He nearly died 7 times.
Well, yes, but, like, why would he choose us out of all the potential lawyers and or people in this country?
True. I mean, the thing is, Falcon has seen the rebellion, like, flat out, like, firsthand. Compared to most people.
You know what? We can be a little egotistical. We're cool as hell. As lawyers, we believe that we can help guide the flow of conflict. If you accept our help, we can ensure that this whole event will blow over with minimum casualties. Why are we saying that we can ensure that? No public executions, no fires and explosions, a revolution without revolution.
I think I understand.
You do?
I understand that you pair a con artist attempting to screw a self-made bourgeoisie out of a hard-earned cash. You have some nerve to even imply that my people hate me. I am a citizen king. I am beloved by all. Beloved kings tend to experience fewer assassination attempts.
Based spares.
Beck, have these 2 crooks thrown in jail. Maybe that will teach them a thing or two about respect. Right away, Your Majesty.
You can't be serious. Shit, he was serious. I was really in character there. Oh, he was serious.
Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten me into.
Who would we be if, you know, not a pair where I'm the one getting us into the messes?
A pair of 2 birds just fucking around? Who knows?
There's no need for the attitudes, Person. We won't be in here for long. Once we receive a court hearing, the judges will no doubt dismiss our charges instantly. Falcon, you have too large of a hope in this legal system. You are against the king.
I think it's because he's French.
Maybe.
He trusts his government more than we do. Our own government. Anyways. And how long will it take us to get from to the hearing? Tell me about that, Monsieur Smarty Pants.
I think your mic doesn't trust the court system right yet. Maybe give that one another go.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, wait. 7:30. It's 7:30.
Oh, no! It's 7. Wait.
Hold on.
It do be 7:30. God damn it.
Hold on.
I'm hydrating.
Hold on.
Fucking around will indeed help us find out.
It keeps going from green to red.
No!
It keeps doing this.
You know, whenever I say no these days, my throat just like gives out and will not do an overdramatic one. It's just like, nope, you're going to this exact specific pitch and you're dying. And I'm like, okay.
No! As soon as it went down.
You're not allowed to exist, they say. They said throw this one in jail and take their internet. It's going in and out. It's leaving this earth. It's saying
Hey, chat.
no.
How are you doing today? Talk about your days real quick. Why?
You have gained the title Dan of all robots.
Dan of all robots.
You know what? While
Yeah,
this is
pretty
happening, I'm gonna eat some animal crackers. If I can open the bag, I open the
Why did
bag.
I say 7? I know this goes down. We should have waited an hour.
Maybe we should have.
Why am I like this?
You know, I literally could have gone with what you said. You were like, we could do your 7, and I'm like, oh no, I'm fine to do what you were thinking. I mean, in 2 hours, that's about 6 my time. And you know, both of us just forgot that 7, your time, is horrendous.
I don't know why. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Everything to hell.
The Earth decided that this time is your
Hold on.
retribution.
I'm gonna connect to it. Hold on, hotspot. Hold on. Let's see if it works. If I disconnect, you'll know why.
I'll know.
Aw, playing Stardew with your girlfriend. That's cute. Okay, I think we're good. I actually think we're good. I think I just had to move it.
Hey
We
yo,
manifest.
nice. That's a very good on you, Silver. Honestly, those are
We
goals.
manifest a Dan of all existence.
Yeah, can we manifest that casually? Hold on, let me eat this one last animal cracker.
I will take water. Chaotic. I should keep Discord open so I can see this.
I'm back. By the way, this isn't gonna like kill your data, right? Or like your hotspot?
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay,
Basically, my family. I'm surprising. My mother is part of the tech world, so she has like the Wi-Fi in my house. There's 2 separate ones.
Oh,
And because I'm also going into the same field as her, she's like, yeah, it's cool.
nice. I see. Gotcha.
But she does like coding and stuff, so she also needs like 2 different connections just in case one fails. But anyway,
my house has 2, and I wonder if that's actually the reason, because both of my parents dabble in code. My mom more so.
There's one, and I forget what's the difference between it was, but there's one that is better in terms of like just mobile data, and the other one is better for like directly connecting, and I always forget which one is which.
See, one has the printer, and the other allows me to see Minecraft HD skins. The one that I was on for most of my life, I think apparently just my dad must have put a lot of restrictions on it. He was like, nope, the internet dangerous. We're not letting certain things, you know, be transferred. And so I could not see Minecraft skins, and then the other one just said, fuck it, we have no rules.
I do have like a thingy that helps, but hold on, T. Yeah, I'll work on it later. And how long will this take us? Brain. And how long will it take for us to get the court hearing? Tell me that, Monsieur Smarty Pants.
Damn, cannot believe I've been downgraded to smart.
You've been downgraded to Monsieur Smarty Pants.
God damn it. A week or so, I'm guessing? I can see why that might be a problem. The revolution could be in full swing by then. I don't know too much about the American court system, even though I'm looking to kind of yeet myself into a kind of adjacent field. But I think that might be quicker than ours.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. Ours drags on for years and you cry. What to do?
Died.
What?
Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back?
You're back.
No, I'm not. Oh no.
Hello?
Hold on.
I mean, I can hear you.
Everything's gone to hell.
Oh, nope. now he's dead again. Yeah, Smarty Pants is just the child-friendly smartass, yeah. Back to graham crackers. Or not, these aren't graham crackers.
We're good.
Okay, never mind, Dan's good. I don't go back to the animal crackers.
We could try escaping.
Don't be ridiculous. Nobody has ever escaped from the 𝐒𝐄 before.
Ah, but nobody has ever locked the genius Sparrowson with his witty lackey Falcon into the same jail cell before.
You know, if two people looked at us, I'm pretty sure they'd say the opposite about our roles.
I am smart.
It's an absurd suggestion.
Got any better ideas?
Okay, but you know what? Let's break out of prison. We can't get in a worse position than this.
Fantastic.
We really are just gonna break out of prison.
Look, Falcon, a loose brick. We could wait for the guard to transfer us to someplace, sneak up behind him, and then...
And then we get a death sentence for murder. I think not. Let's search a little harder. I mean,
I've stabbed a guy before.
You could just try to knock him out. I mean, I know it's not a surefire thing, but...
Ledge, give me a leg up and I can grab on and shimmy my way over somewhere.
Let's be honest, Sparrowson. Neither of us have the physical prowess to shimmy anywhere. Neither of us can shimmy.
You nearly died. I think you're fine.
Yeah, I think I might be able to take a beating. I cannot do anything else.
You cannot do it yourself.
Exactly.
I guess, yeah, either or. There's a bit of scrap metal in this hole. I think it broke off from an iron shackle. Which, why didn't they do that to us? We could dig through the stone wall with this. See? It's all scratchy.
I don't think they shackle us in these places anymore. I think that's the olden days.
Maybe.
That may actually work if we had a decade or two.
So that's a maybe on the stone digging scheme.
I think it would be faster to wait for our trial. Well, I'll keep it in mind in case the king decides to go all Count Monte Cristo on us. Another reference I don't
love
know.
that story.
Thank you, Dan, for knowing everything under the sun. It's very useful.
I'm just a literary nerd.
You know, I thought I liked to read, but you just know the things that are referenced.
I
read all the fiction that wasn't.
Let me see. Edgar Allan Poe's Count of Monte Cristo. That is the one where... Wasn't we?
Hello, Mikey Wakey. Thank you for following. Welcome to the flock.
Count of Monte Cristo. No, I'm thinking of the wrong one. I'm thinking Cast of Amontillado.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. I know that one.
Never mind. I just was dumb.
Silver knows the reference. It's apparently a musical.
Okay, cool. There's a little dent here. One of us could hide.
Hide? What would that accomplish?
Well, a guard could eventually come in and be like, "Where's the other prisoner?" And then we could use the momentary confusion to push him over and escape.
Do you really think an experienced guard would be confused by a prisoner hiding in a little hole in the wall? We can do better. We have standards, Sparrowson.
We've seen them be awful.
A fireplace. Considering I'm speaking first, this is probably the way. A fireplace. It's been bricked up, so escaping up the chimney isn't an option. Never mind, I was incorrect.
You were wrong.
Fuck. There is nothing else.
Walk through the door.
We still have our money. We are we are not yet poor. Okay, well, shit. I'm actually not seeing another, like...
I mean, I guess you just click out.
I give up. Shit.
So soon.
Yes, trying to escape from a notoriously inescapable prison wasn't the smartest plan we have ever devised. Is this 𝐒𝐄 𝐅𝐄𝐋𝐿?
I feel like I know who this voice is. Well.
Yeah! That voice. That...
I knew it!
That condescending tone.
Just way to burn Rain's doing.
Severin, are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine. The injuries I sustained were mostly superficial.
You did not look it, let me tell you.
The doctor advised me not to do anything strenuous anytime soon, but he gave the all clear for returning to my job.
Shit, are you going to prosecute us?
I'm going to kill you, JJ. So, tell me, why did I get a memo informing me that JJ Falcon and Sparrowson were being held in the concierge for treason?
Oh god, for being held for treason, we are dying today, Sparrow.
It's all Falcon's fault. Naturally.
I figured that if a revolution is inevitable, then we should do our best to ensure that the uprising proceeds in an organized manner. The less bloodshed, the better.
Okay, so what did you do?
We offered the king our assistance. We said that we would defend him in court if and when such a need arises.
Well, we didn't quite use those words.
I think that was the problem, actually.
This isn't the first time the king has had someone imprisoned for something so pointless. What a pig-headed fool. Consider your charges dropped.
You can do that?
Alright, let's get out of here! Hold on, you caught my interest with this idea of yours. A bloodless revolution. You are absolutely right in that if the king is captured, the citizens will evolve an unruly mob of animals. We should prepare for a formal trial. No, we should preempt it. We? You're going to help us? Of course. This isn't a task that can be handled by two birds alone.
What do you mean by preempt, Severin?
We go on the offensive. We charge the king with the crimes against the French people before the rebels can even act.
How the hell do you suggest we do that without getting sent back here? We can do that?
We can certainly try. We'll start building a case against the king. I've already died once. I could come back again.
Oh dear lord, please don't.
My argument would be focused on the king's gluttonous and irrelevant fiscal policies. His lack of commitment to his socio-political promises.
I have a feeling this is going over both of our heads.
His overall ineptitude and irresponsibility on all facets of his duties as a monarchical ruler.
Damn, he really thought he was liked, and then Cocorico's just tearing him apart.
And obviously his denial of universal suffrage. Obviously.
How am I supposed to defend the king from all that?
You can't. If you try to argue with logic and facts, this hypothetical trial will inevitably result in a landslide guilty verdict. So I suggest you take a different approach. Appeal to the king's character. Try to win the people's hearts with tales of the beloved citizen king.
Okay, but that would be lying.
He hasn't been called the citizen king for like 10 years.
Was he a good king once?
It's just a suggestion. But consider this. You don't need to win the case. You just need to make a for this trial to be fair. All that remains ensuring the king can be peacefully brought to the courthouse when the protests start to turn violent. And that's a job for the police and royal guard. I'll inform Inspector Voltaire of part of our plan, and he can prepare accordingly.
Okay, do we really trust Inspector Voltaire? Because literally, he gave you a gun and then sent you to this exact location where a man died and you nearly got killed yourself.
I think that was just him being an idiot, not
Might
thinking
have
ahead.
been a coincidence, however.
At least I could, if I could find him.
Oh shit.
Never mind.
Inspector Voltaire is missing.
Apparently. I love that response. Oh man, that's so funny to me. Because that saying apparently means that he does not care. He's like, yeah, apparently he's missing anyways. He's taken an informal leave of absence since Wednesday.
I mean, I say apparently to such things too, and that's where I'm kind of like, I'm uncertain of all the details, but I think apparently that's the case.
Yeah, he just doesn't know.
Well, I guess that
doesn't
would imply
care.
a lack of care because he didn't bother to learn, considering he's might have had time, considering, you know, well, it depends on how long ago Wednesday was and how soon he got out of the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, Hold on, Falcon. One thing eludes me. As you probably figured out, Inspector Valteri had me perform an investigation into your past. He thought you were the Viridian killer, crazy as it
Shit.
sounds.
Oh my god. Wait, am
Gee,
I?
Viridian killer. And, well, I'm sorry for doing that. It was quite invasive of me. But I can't help but wonder,
Were you in fact the Viridian killer, Falcon?
did you kill those guys?
I won't tell. I think that'll make a scene.
I think that'd be fine. Why did you change your name around 1830?
Because I was ashamed, I suppose. I had a family name to live up to. My grandfather was something of a successful lawyer. So when I turned up to my classes at law school, people would... Fuck, I know this word.
Guap.
Guap?
Guap.
My brain's like gape, but that's not it.
No, because Gape is G-A-P-E.
Yeah. Oh well.
I think Gop is a really funny way to pronounce it.
How do you actually pronounce it, though?
Guap. Wait, let me Google that. Dan of all Googles!
Silver's telling me it's like Gorp.
Gop.
But where did the R come from?
Pronunciation. Oh, it's just Gape.
Oh, it is gape. I was correct.
Oh wait, no, it's
No?
Gop. It's
Gop?
Gop. It's Gop.
Well then shit, they're stupid, okay? Like I
That's
know
no-
the word, I know it's a word, but gape is better.
So, apparently there's two different types of pronunciation. The British is, in fact, Gop, which is why there's probably an R sound to it, while the Americans just Gap. Because we murder language.
We beat up, other languages for their spur, vocabulary, and pronunciation, and then we mash it all together, and we've created an abomination that not even we understand.
English is awful, but, like, American... I took a class on American linguistics is also, like, incredibly, like, wild. The closest to it would be, like, the South, in terms of, like, the British. British pronunciation and Southern pronunciation is more closely linked than, like, the Midwest or, like, the West.
So Southerners pronounce things, like, more closely to how British people do, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think specifically, what's it called?
Damn, maybe that's why I just decided one day to do a British accent.
AAVA, which is African American Vernacular English, I believe that's closer to British English.
You learn new things every day. Thank you, Dan.
But I could be wrong, because I haven't taken that class for 3 years.
It's been a hot second. Let me try this line again. So when I turned up to my classes at law school, people would... My brain died again. I looked at the word and I tried to speak and nothing came out. Would gape at me. They would say, "Wow, you have such big shoes to fill, and your grandfather would be proud." But I was a terrible law student, mediocre at best. I knew that deep down I would never be half the man that my grandfather was.
Fascinating. I had no idea. Who was your grandfather, if you don't mind me asking?
The Viridian killer.
The Viridian killer.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he was just another overly opinionated rebel who died in the old revolution.
I see. Well, let's not dilly-dally any longer. We have duties to carry out. Alright. We're going to find antidotes, and we're going to defend the king, whether he likes it or not.
Sometimes you must do things for their own good. Like, with a child. The king is a child. An infant, even.
And now he's a...
God,
he's
how do
just
we
an old baby.
even begin to tackle this one?
Is a good question.
I feel like the library might, because if you think about it, right, he's a king and he has an ego. He would probably want shit about himself published, right?
Oh, 100%.
Before he died. But also I feel like going to get our friends in on this would be a smart move.
Sorry, I'm making sure I'm fact-checking myself.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Boston accents are also very close to British accents, as well as apparently New York accents. But the level of is likely somewhat correlated to the target of speakers given the region. 1960s of accents tended to be
I guess
non-Roric
that's why
in
it's
Detroit.
so easy to slip between, as in, like, not like necessarily easy to switch because they're so similar that you could accidentally fuck up and go the other way, but sometimes when I'm improvising around other people, they either slip into my southern accent if they're more so doing more of a British or whatever, or, I accidentally do that half the time. And
That is actually like a very common human trait of
that's
slipping into other
really
people's accents
interesting.
because we want to relate to one another so much that mentally we want to socialize and be. I also took sociology. uh, Humans want to interact with one another, and of course, I'm saying majority of humans,
Mm-hmm.
the people that are actually generally like the people that see people as people,
Yeah.
they want to meld with other people and they want to enjoy their sort of like cultures and stuff, so we tend to subconsciously try to speak out in different languages or not different accents if we're speaking with another person with that accent. It's not sometimes it's more so than others. There are people that are able to control it more than there's some of us that hear British pushing and just immediately go into British. But we want to relate, and because humans are very social creatures, despite the fact like even if you're introverted, humans are incredibly
Yeah.
social.
No, I would not be able to survive on my own simply because I'd be lonely as fuck, man.
Humans would have died if we were alone.
Yeah.
That we wouldn't have been here.
The only way we still exist is because, against all odds, we said, let's team up, boys, and it worked.
Which is
Also,
why
there were too
treat
many
your
of us for disease and other shit to kill us all the way.
100%. Yeah, and that's why humans are just completely social creatures, and thus they need to be capable of empathy and stuff like that, and treat one another with kindness, which sometimes is too hard for others, I guess. But eh.
We've gotten to the point in society where it's developed to the point that I feel like that's just a more norm,
Hmm.
kind of. I don't know. I feel like the natural order of society is eventually it's got to reach some point where it crumbles and we like
Yeah,
destroy ourselves inevitably because there's only so much up you can go. So unless, people keep having events where they fix it before it reaches there, it's eventually going to blow up and then it's going to build itself up again eventually. I don't know. That's just my tiny theory of
there's always going to be things to work through.
yeah.
And specifically, um, I'm really just showing all my knowledge out for some reason, all my hyperfixations. Yeah, not Americans. Why did I say Americans? Humans are actually not even a type 1 civilization yet. They are a point 0.8 civilization.
Oh, there. What's the
Um,
point system? What does it relate to?
Point 1, type 1s is able to use all the energy within your planet, so solar, wind, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
You can also use like coal and stuff, but it tends to be more renewable energy. That's the most like better.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Hold on. Type 2 is you use the sun as the energy, your star,
Mm-hmm.
and type 3 is your galaxy clump.
Ooh,
Type
I
2
see.
civilization, civilization that has control over one cellular system. So yeah, that would be our system. And then type 3 would be probably more or less probably our neighboring systems, and then it keeps going from there. Uh, but type 2 has the theory of the Dyson sphere, if anyone wants to look that up. It's basically a giant like ball that they put around that star. And
Huh.
it's think of like the grand scheme of things and then think how big they have to make that, because our star is not the biggest star. It's a G-type star. It's considerably medium sized. um
Well, that's probably how we
that
live because we're the right distance away, and it ain't. Because if it was bigger, we'd need to be farther away to not die.
Well, not only that, but if we had a bigger star, there's more gravitational pull, so they'd
True.
have to have a little bit more of a distance. And then if it's a smaller star, yeah, you could be closer, but it's incredibly like hot, because the smaller the star gets, the hotter it
Imagine you
gets.
just casually are bigger than your star, so you casually yank it into orbit like the moon.
Hmm.
That would kind of be actually an interesting theory on just like a story, I guess.
That's actually there is a point where certain gravities, if a certain planet is a certain size, if a planet is a certain size in comparison to the star, it can tidally lock, which means there's only one side of the planet that faces that star, and then thus it's always perpetually day and night.
That is actually kind of an interesting thing because, like, well, fantasy wise, that would be interesting, but realistically, well, sun can lead way to life, so that dark side would be so fucking cold.
Yeah, it basically would be intensively hot on one side and then intensively cold on the other, and then
Mm-hmm.
there'd be a mid zone that you could potentially have survival.
Imagine
Uh,
having like a really long city, as in like you build it all the way around, like
mhm.
like it's following the equator line almost, and that's the city because that's the only place people manage to fucking live. Kind of like somehow the life existed there enough to form a society, and so it's just this really long town city thing. And then like the out zones are like, do you want to freeze to death or you want to burn to death? Your choice.
Mhm.
That's just interesting.
A lot of solar systems. Sorry, I'm just now on this tangent. Back in high school, I actually had to do an assignment where we calculated if a planet could be habitable or not,
Mm-hmm.
and I did technically find one. But the thing was, is that I didn't know the atmosphere makeup. I didn't know there wasn't a lot of information on it. It was Kepler 69c, that is still being dubbed the most habitable planet nearby. It by nearby thousands of light years, like a few
Yeah.
light years away still.
Nearby in space distance.
But it is quite hard because oftentimes solar systems have two stars. They don't.
Ooh, that's
Solar
interesting.
star, solo stars aren't that common. That's
Oh,
why it's
so
so hard
we're
to find
funky
them.
fresh. I see.
We are really fun. We are in fact really funky fresh.
I love how you're saying all these smart things, and I'm like listening very attentively. And my response is, "We're funky fresh, aka we're one of the rarer, I guess, solar systems."
We are incredibly no. It's even the fact that I saw Silver mention Jupiter. Jupiter's existence actually does help us survive
Oh, because
because
is it
of the
similar?
meteors.
Yeah, that is
It
true.
takes the meteors out of our route because of its gravitational
Do
pull,
other
so it doesn't
suns
actually hit us.
technically, like two suns and a thing, kind of do that for others because they're both very large bodies, so their gravity would be bigger. And Jupiter, kind of, I guess, is the next largest thing we got in ours.
Yeah,
Huh.
Jupiter would be considered one of the largest gas planets. There are concepts of they call them gas giants, or there are definitely like closer. There gas giants can get closer. There's
Mm-hmm.
mega Earths that are massive. And oftentimes if you could see a planet really well within what's it called? Oh God, there's a way of measuring where basically if something starts orbiting a star, you can see a spot of darkness. If it's bigger and that means it's closer and also a big planet, then I guarantee there is no life because of how like massive it is. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be very level, and there's a delicate balance between how you live. You can have a mega Earth that works, but it can't be gas planet. It can't be anything.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I nearly went into that, and I like space a whole bunch.
Space is
Um,
interesting. I did like it a lot more when I was younger. I have like a few books that are more kid books, so they don't have like detailed stuff. And my favorite planet was always Saturn for the stupidest reason. I just thought it looked cool because it had those rings around it, and I was like, "Wow, you are different." And
that
I thought
is
it was
also
cool.
a very interesting marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just in itself.
Mhm.
Maybe one day we will actually find a planet that we can dub a Goldilocks planet because I'm pretty sure that's the term that's used, like one that we could
Yep.
live on.
It's called the Goldilocks zone. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically the area in which you could potentially survive. It's also the habitable zone,
Yeah.
and we are in luckily that area.
Yeah.
We won't when the star starts blowing up and
Yeah.
starts getting bigger, because a natural life, like the natural cycle of stars, it gets bigger as it tries to consume more energy, and then it collapses on itself, and then depending on how big it gets, it either creates a black hole or like a nova, a
Mm-hmm.
supernova. Not a supernova. No, not a supernova. What the fuck? A white, like a brown dwarf or a white dwarf, I
I
believe.
theoretically enjoy the theory of being immortal simply because I would I enjoy consuming things, as in media, books, all these other things. Like, yeah, I understand the downsides of immortality. You lose people you care about, and that is devastating. But the
Mm,
main reason I say I would probably not want that, I would not want to be alive when the sun explodes. I don't want to know what that's like. I don't want to know what a lot of like devastating things are like. I just no thank you.
Here's the thing, you would have a few thousand years.
Yeah, but like eventually that time would come and then I'd be like, fuck, man. Like,
Hopefully you would be out of the solar system.
does
Yeah.
the immortality last to the point of like, am I just bound to be alive forever? What if the planet just ceases to be and I'm just stuck in space? Like, fuck, I can't die, man. Then again, that depends on the type of immortality. Because some is like, yeah, you can still die to illness or stabbing. So like, so long as
Like
you
the
just
elves, yeah.
yeah, like so long as you remain like physically intact, you won't die. But you know, it depends. Anyway, that was a fun tangent. Let's
That
go
was
to
a
our
fun tangent.
associates.
Let's continue.
Are you skipping town, my friend? Oh, right, I was mousy. Fuck.
She's a fuck.
Visitors, Monsieur Volps, visitors.
Why did I take a sip of water when I knew I was gonna read next?
You needed to be ready.
If it isn't Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Spirison, how may I help you today?
We're doing very. I'm fucking up a lot today. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I started talking about space, so you're allowed to.
Space is fun.
Space is not real.
A concept. We're doing very well, Monsieur, but we don't have much time, so let me cut to the chase. We're collecting positive fuck, I can read.
Antidotes.
Say that one more time.
I just pronounce it antidotes.
Antidotes.
Just to, I don't even know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but that's how I always
Sounds
read
more
it.
like antidotes, which is another thing. But you know what?
Which is,
I can't speak.
Wait, it's probably antidotes or something. 𝐒𝐄𝐋𝐋𝐿, yes,
Hold on.
𝐒𝐄𝐋𝐿.
How
I
to
just live
pronounce-
in a very rural place, and so my way of pronouncing things is really
Anecdotes.
different from other people.
Wait.
Anecdotes.
Anecdotes. I
Anecdotes.
knew that, but then trying to say it with an accent made me doubt myself.
Anecdotes.
And
No, I grew up in farmland, so like a
alright,
lot of the
trying
things
to
that I say
speak
just
in
sounds weird.
accent and then anecdotes. That one's difficult, actually. Anecdotes.
Anecdotes.
Anecdotes. I've done it. Spouse, and I've done it.
You've done it.
We're collecting positive anecdotes about the king. Would you happen to have any?
Positive anecdotes. How curious. As it happens, I have met the king twice. Once, as you know, I was Juan Cordido persona.
Oh, right, of course. I don't think that story will be of any use to us. What was the other incident?
I could tell you, but there is a prize.
God damn it! Are you serious? You're such a money grabber.
I'm a fox. That's what we do in literary symbolism. Anyways,
Yes, I
a
know.
fox has to eat a monsieur.
I know you do, sir, but we're talking about a fucking revolution. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I can pay you later. Well, I suppose that does put food in your belly now, but still. Fine. How much do you want? 40 francs sound good?
10,000. That's a bit much.
I have 107.
Bro, what if we say sounds good? Here's literally a receipt for when I'm 100 years old and I get that money.
We're never gonna get that money, even if we're like 100 or whatever years.
Exactly. He's never getting it. He's never going to
getting
see it. He's never going to smell it.
I don't have that kind of money, monsieur.
Ah, no matter. I'm sure you'll think of some way of repaying the debt. Between you, that and my medical bills, we should be ready to afford basic things like food by the year. 4,000?
Sparrowson, we're going to get rather lean, I suspect.
Let's not worry about the debt for now, yes. Let me just tell you this. Years ago, 1841, I believe, I was lingering around Ile de la Cité. I was in pursuit of my investigative lead, so I had adopted a persona and outfit of a sickly beggar. Then, when I was approached by the kind-faced man, it was the king himself. He took 20 francs out of his pocket.
The king gave money to a sick beggar, or at least someone who looked like a sick beggar. That's great! We can use that!
I'm not done, monsieur.
Shit, it gets worse, doesn't it?
The king took out the coin and said, I don't know what it's like to be poor. When I was your age, I had 1,000 of these to my name. Then he pocketed the coin and left.
Oh, we're fucked.
You are, in fact... Well, I'll make a note. Gave financial advice to a poor needy.
I don't think that qualifies as financial advice, Spouse.
Technically, if we make it that, yes.
So long as they never hear the truth. Reddit's story has been added to your evidence folder.
Hope that antidote was of some use to you, Mansoor. I said antidote.
It might be, but I don't feel that we got 10,000 francs worth of material.
I see. No matter. Just keep in mind if you ever see a potential client.
Will do. We will. Have a pleasant day, Monsieur.
It is funny to think I was put in speech therapy and it didn't work.
To do what? Like, what were they trying to quote-unquote fix?
So, they were convinced that... So, I would mess up my F's and my THs sometimes. And everyone was like, you're gonna get bullied in school. We're gonna teach you. And by the way, I missed all of my grammar lessons because of it. So, I never, like, got a good, grip on certain grammar rules.
Oh, don't worry. They don't teach that anyway. At least in my education, they taught it like once in 4th grade and then they never spoke of it again.
So they were like, yeah, read out these books, and then I'd be sitting out in the hallway having to read. And by the way, it never got fixed, and I later found out that no one cares. No one cares that if I say fix or fix sometimes. It's just a, like...
It literally processes as the same thing in my brain, so like unless it was really exaggerated, I don't think I'd notice.
Yeah,
I'd just be like, oh, okay, you said that word. Great, let's move on.
They told my parents, yeah, they're gonna get bullied later on, and, like, it didn't matter. So, I'm just sitting here like, man, that country still really just didn't understand what would be important. Anyways, sorry, that just reminded me of that.
Well, if it was a bigger thing, there's the potential, but, like...
I just mixed up my F's and THs, and they basically
that sounds about the
same,
same, so yeah. Alright, maybe we should go to the biblioteca.
Biblioteca. Spanish for library.
Pretty sure German's pretty similar with, like, library as well.
I think it's like bibliothek or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I took German.
Library. And I also took German, but I...
Oh, yeah, right.
Bibliothek, yeah.
God,
yeah,
I really want to start
quit.
trying to learn it again, but the only thing I'd have is Duolingo, and no one else around me speaks German, so I'd never get to practice it. I'd probably be able to maybe get to the point where I could read it, but I probably would never be able to speak it. And then I'd be like, hi, hello, German individual that is speaking to me. Can you write what you need to say so I can understand you? I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Nathan never lets us down for useful information. Because I'm saying this, I have the feeling that he's going to let us down for the first time. I'm sure he's got something interesting and pleasant to say about the king.
All humans, yes. Perhaps he will surprise me today and actually ask to take out a book.
Okay, Silver, to be fair, either I've heard that information before and forgot it, or I never saw said information that Nyx knows German. I'll keep that in mind, though.
I had a German exchange student come to my school, and we basically showed her a lot of American things. And at one point, we took her to something, and she goes, "Oh, so they're like communist?" And I was just like, "Huh? What does that mean?" It's because we were talking about like this group of people that kind of live off the land, no technology kind of thing. I don't know how common it is everywhere, and I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to accidentally dox myself. But we were describing them, and she goes, like, communists? And I'm like, no, we're not, huh? Anyways.
Okay, so again, Silver, I really don't remember if this information was told to me point blank, but I have a really, really bad memory when it comes to remembering those sorts of things. It's not like I don't care. I care if it's important to the person. I just don't remember it. And let me tell you, it took me 20 years to remember where Mint lived on the world, and then it also took me 20 years to, like, there's this person who had to keep telling, kept mentioning every now and then, oh yeah, I live, where the state you live in. And it was a revelation to me, like, 5 separate times. Like, the information was, like, near new to me. every single time until it finally stuck. Like, let me tell you, I don't remember some things, and I don't intend for that to be the thing. It ain't, unless it is very relevant, I ain't apparently remembering it.
It's okay, Swan. Everyone forgets that I'm short. And then when they see me, they're like, wow, you're short. And I'm like, I've been telling you for the past year.
One section of the Fallen Stars fandom was convinced that I had the tall energy, let me tell you. They were like, you are tall. And I was like, no, I'm not actually. Fun fact.
Yeah, they're like, Dan sounds tall. And it's like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, like, what does
that
sounding
even mean?
tall mean? Because apparently, you know, when I'm being Savannah Swansea, I have the tall energy.
It's just like, what does that mean? What do you mean?
I guess it's the energy.
Is it because I'm feral? What?
Feral, indeed.
Nope, just the usual today, an endless stream of questions.
You two need an encyclopedia. Well, go on then. Ask what drivel...
The fuck is that word?
Drivel.
Drivel you want to ask.
Sorry, my brain died because I then focused on the definition of drivel and summoning it into my brain, but like, my brain knows words, but also doesn't. So like, sometimes if you ask me to explain a word, I'm like, hold on, let me just go look up the definition for you, because I'm bad.
I'm dyslexic. I can't tell sometimes my lefts and rights.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke. It's just the types of dyslexia.
It's understandable.
Your brain gets confused.
The brain is like, what? Also, Nathan, you are our encyclopedia, didn't you know?
You're the internet.
Have
It's the
you
king of
ever
good-
have you ever met King Louis Philip Phil?
Loop.
I have, as a matter of fact. He occasionally drops by the library to check out books.
In person? I'm surprised.
Unlike some people.
What sort of books does he check out, Monsieur?
Thick books. I believe the last one he checked out was An Expansive History of the Macedonian Empire.
I believe he probably does that for appearance's sake. I had no idea that His Majesty was interested in academic history.
I'll make note. King Louis Philippe is well-read and intelligent man.
I have a feeling that his, like, policies will disprove that immediately.
It must be said that the books are usually returned with footprints on the covers. This leads me to believe that the king may just use them to stand on during speeches.
And he has to go to the public library to get these books.
Yup.
He doesn't have a designated one. Oh.
Well, we'll just leave out that part.
My hope in humanity, animal is, what humanity but birds is dying. Nathan Stoller has been added to your evidence folder.
Was there anything else?
Is the king a good leader? Please. From your well-educated standpoint, is King Louis Philippe Phil a good leader as far as leaders go?
Well, I can't fault the king's pro-business spirit. He's not. He's a capitalist.
Shit! Not capitalism!
The big industry leaders love him.
We're not supposed to be America!
Oh, that sounds promising.
Of course, that comes at the expense of everyone who isn't bourgeoisie. The wealth divide is stronger than ever.
Maybe not.
You can forget about socially progressive policies. The king signs off all of Gazot's backward-thinking policies.
Right,
Oh.
he's the prime minister.
Yeah, the prime minister's a bitch.
And of course, in terms of leadership and charisma, the king is about as personable as a rotten bear.
I like pears.
Rotten?
No, I just do. That'll do, Monsieur. A simple no would have sufficed.
He's a capitalist.
Yes, God, whisk.
Elon Musk.
Oh, no! Not him! God, I hate what he's done with Twitter.
I do too. I can go on another rant about how I would literally get
I
flunked
saw,
out of all of my classes.
I
if
saw
do
a
that.
tweet that was like, oh yeah, by the way, like, Twitter literally had their, like, logo in the dictionary, or like, you know, like, tweeting as, like, a definition, and he was like, It is a smart business strategy to throw this away.
I made the joke on Twitter, I think. I don't know if it was on Twitter or just in person, but I said that basically if I handed my professor that logo, he would fail me on the spot. And
Yeah.
I'm like in a digital design. That's my major.
Like, in some ways it is aesthetic, but it is literally from a goddamn, like, text
It's from
font.
Unicode. It's a Unicode text font,
Or something,
which is
like,
a very...
yeah, like, literally, bro, it's supposed to look aesthetic in the sense that it is a font.
Which, I mean, cool if you're not a billion-dollar company, but you need kind of a... If you're that much of a company, like, if you're that big of a company, you need something like the Twitter logo to, you know, tell the difference between others.
It was personable, it was friendly, it was great. Like, I may love the black and white aesthetic on a lot of things. Not Twitter. Twitter had a great thing going. Like, it's so stupid.
It very much shows me how uneducated he is, and
It really
that's
just,
why whenever...
I don't know anything about business. I am probably the worst person to choose to put in charge of things, but even I would make less, like, terrible decisions, and that is saying something.
Black and white is basically a color combination that you would see in sleekness, and Twitter does not give off sleek vibes.
Exactly.
You would see that with Apple, because it's white and black, and they actually use more predominantly white because of the fact that it's meant to be high-end.
Mm-hmm.
They don't use a lot of black in their product. It's a lot of white in terms of, like, logos and stuff. Blue often gives off more of a, the personable vibe, technology,
Exactly.
stuff like that, yeah. So it's a little bit more friendlier in a color than just sleek object. So it ends up not working out.
No. Also, apparently, like, the new, you know, when you go to the App Store and, like, you're gonna click on the app, there's usually, like, a description or something, or, like, a little phrase. Apparently his is, like, something like, blaze your path or glory or something, which makes
I'm a trailblazer.
it makes no sense, number one. And number two,
logos?
just what the hell?
There's a reason why companies have to hire digital designers, and it's because logo making is one of the hardest things you could potentially do. It is, you have to, as someone who did, like, a logo for a assignment, it took us 5 weeks to get that all, like, settled.
Musk is an old, okay, I hate just calling him that, actually. Elon is a man that may be very rich, but he's also has the maturity with most things of a 13-year-old or a 15-year-old that thinks they're cool and edgy, making their first, like, edgy OC type vibe. And it's just like,
This is my 𝐒𝐄 𝐂𝐋𝐋.
yeah, that's like, hasn't he tried to name several other things and people keep being like, stop, it's not gonna catch, and he's like, no, I think it's really cool. And, like, I understand that, bro. Like, you know, you can have your cool OC. We all have our own cool little OCs that we made when we were 15 and edgy, that, you know, had all the trauma and stuff, you know, that was too much and everything to them, and they really weren't cool, but we always thought they were cool, and they will hold a special place in our hearts. But you don't make that the face of a company, because you're supposed to grow up at some point and then make a cooler face of a company. And that was the Twitter bird. And I'm not biased, because my username is Swan. I'm just, it looked nice.
It's not because of the bird. It's because, no, it's a very memorable logo, and it was a very well utilized. So it would essentially be like taking the Barbie logo and switching it out with some, like, other, like, what is it? Minimalism, basically minimalism type of aesthetic, which is, that's that type of aesthetic. Black sleek, it's minimalism, clean.
It's been
you
an
know.
hour.
We keep ranting about
Keep
stuff.
ranting! Shit! The worst idea is to put two people with wavering attention spans in a call.
I'm just like, man, yeah, no, the logo is bad. Anyways.
Anyway, that's all. That'll be all. Thank you for your time and patience, Monsieur.
I look for.
You have an ad of an anime. It's Pokemon.
Is it a good
Sorry.
one?
I mean, the animation's really cool.
Ooh,
I just
nice,
see the
good.
Pokemon ad.
I look forward to your next round of idiotic questions.
I like how Erie comes in and talks about Glass Onion and makes fun of Musk. That's such a good point. Yeah, Glass
I saw
Onion.
part of Knives
does.
Out, but then I lost interest. But I never saw Glass Onion. It just didn't hold my attention span, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of movies.
I really do.
Aw, he cares, or he likes us, I guess.
I'm old.
We're the only people that talk to him.
I'm sad.
No. Okay, so this is popular. We can go here to try, but I feel like that's gonna go badly. Okay, great. Justice. And then we'll try here and there, but let's probably go here first.
Yeah, let's just go down the list because I
Yeah.
think 𝐒𝐄 will be time for some shopping, Falcon.
Maybe later. For now, we need to find people who've spoken to the king. He's been known to pass through Les Halles on occasion, so if we're lucky... I can't remember her voice.
I can't tell you.
Well, we'll just go.
She wasn't that big of a character, so
No.
it's like, huh?
Hey, Monsieurs, it's us, remember?
No.
We remember. Are you keeping well, madame? Absolutely. Never been better. So what can I sell you today? Information. We're looking for positive stories about the king. I don't suppose that you have any? The king? No, I haven't got nothing to say about the king.
The king's a smelly egg thief.
Quiet, fuck, my voice trying to die. Quiet, child. You know what they say about the king having spies everywhere?
Spies?
Calm down, Sparrowson. The rumors of the king having an elaborate spy network are patently untrue. Patently.
She's been consistently reoccurring. I don't know why, but every time I see her, I just forget about her existence.
Then how do you explain the shutdown banquet? Fuck. Then how do you explain the shutdown banquets, huh? The government's clamping down on anyone who dissents, you know. I don't know why I'm trying this thing.
She's from Australia.
Apparently. I've never tried that accent before, but we're going for it. Let's get this conversation back on track. Joey, can you tell us why the king's a smelly egg thief? You, aren't Joeys like young kangaroos?
Yeah.
My name's not Joey.
It's nothing you need to concern yourselves with, Monsieurs. Please go on. Please go on, madame.
Don't worry, we aren't spies. At least I don't think we are.
Are we sleeper agents, person? I know. I trust you guys. See, a couple of years ago, we were running a shop, an antiques and odds and ends shop.
And we had an egg.
It was this golden egg, super precious. We must have bought that thing for 200 francs, but it was easily worth 10 times that. We were planning on making a nice tidy sum from it. I see, an investment egg. So what happened? Well, one day we were visited by the king, no less, and old King 𝐓𝐇𝐄 shows an interest in our egg. So we were thinking this would be our chance to make bank, right? But then the geezer just goes and waddles off with it, without paying you. Oh yeah, he paid us all right. What's this? The coin one of the king's guards flipped our way. It isn't even French. It's Britain. It's British.
I think it's British. One of those crazy imperial unit coins from a crazy imperial country.
I have no idea what the British-French exchange rate is, but can we buy this off you, madame? Put your wallet away and keep it. It's worthless to me. 𝐓𝐇𝐄 coin has been added to your evidence folder. Losing that egg bankrupted us. It put us out on the streets. But now we bounced back. Sautenay and Gombe, better than ever. That's excellent to hear. Anyway, we must take our leave. You've been a huge help, madame.
We're gonna kick that king's butt and get your egg back.
Hold on, we're supposed to be the defense.
Well, it's supposed
Maybe we
to seem...
should be the prosecution this time. He just seems real shit.
No, I think, I mean, we just have to show that it's fairly done,
Yeah, that's
quote
true.
unquote.
We're not winning this trial.
He will
Unless
be
the real
guilty.
king has been imprisoned for the past 10 years, and this has been like some weird twin brother.
That would be wild.
It would. Ah, just that's me, not her. Fuck. I was trying to remember her voice because it was like a strange one.
Well,
Oh,
you
just
just
the
saw her and
dodo
you're
I
like-
wanted to see. Madame 𝐒𝐄, quick question. Have you ever served the King of France? I can't laugh aloud like that. Ha ha! Ha!
Sorry, I thought I'd give it a shot.
No, honestly, I should have let you. I cannot fake laughter. Good one, hun. That's hilarious. I don't know how I got her voice in a certain way. Me serving the king? Me? I'm doing the same voice I did last time. I'm real good at this. Would you like some wine, Your Majesty? I can't wait to serve the King of Denmark.
Well, I think that was a no.
I think you might be right. Inspector Volteri?
You're not dead. Fuck.
He's drunk.
Oh, he's drunk.
Hello, Inspector. Yes, you sound like you're being strangled, once, sir.
I think I've made a mistake.
I'll say. Do I see 2 empty bottles of Russian vodka? Damn, Russian vodka! It's a mystery how you're still standing.
I don't know how strong that is, but...
Very.
No, listen, this is important.
Inspector, maybe we should have this conversation when you're a little more sober.
No, Falcon, listen. Falcon, I thought you were the oracle.
The what?
The Veritan killer. The man who injured me in the Joie Sabin.
I think you're looking for July and Rebellion, Volteri. You thought I was the Viridian killer. How did you even come to that conclusion?
I saw that it's a name around 1830 and I...
You made an assumption. Wait, is that why you gave Seven a tip-off? Were you trying to lure the animal out of me or something?
I'm sorry, Falcon, it was a mistake. Do you forgive me?
You poor pathetic little man. Yeah, sure. I forgive you for assuming that I'm a mass murderer and then for nearly killing me and Severin in order to prove it.
Oh, thank God. Falcon.
Fortunately, he's too drunk to understand sarcasm. Now listen closely, Inspector. I have a favor to ask of you.
A favor. Or you did say anything.
That scares me.
Yeah.
Maybe we should wait until the inspector is a little bit more coherent.
No. I want to help. I just must pay my debt.
Whenever he turns his head and hicks, you see his eye, and he just, since he has the eye patch, he just looks like it's like, the little puppy dog eye, like, please,
Please.
please. And I'm just like, God. Excellent. So, Seven and I are planning a case, a very big case, against the King of France. We intend on trying him before the rebels can get their hands on him. When the rebellion starts, we would like you to bring the king to the courthouse. Do you think you can do that? Inspector?
He dies of liver failure now.
Treason, you're a sympathizer to the rebel cause.
This isn't treason, Inspector. We are ensuring the safest outcome to an inevitable revolution.
You're a treason. You're a scum.
Told you, incoherent.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Sparson. Well, Inspector, maybe you should contact us if you change your mind and once you've sobered up.
Oh, I always forget this guy's voice.
The big fella has returned. Care to play some cards, monsieur?
No. I'm
Not
afraid I don't
today.
have time for that one, sir. I have some investigative work to take care of.
Come on, surely you have time for a quick game.
Fine. Go on then. Tell me some information. You've twisted my arm.
Very well. Do you know how to play?
Yes. Of
Aye,
course,
good
I've
thing
been
you do,
playing
'cause
for
I don't.
years. Totally.
Yeah, right. Don't get cocky, Falcon.
I've won the only game I played at this.
Very good. I shall be the dealer. We will bet 5 francs per game. Here we go.
Alright, let's see. I believe the number's 21. Yep. What?
6.
Oh, right, it's over here. I forgot. I was like, how do you what fuck, I can't read. I don't do those numbers, my dude.
I guess you stand till, yeah.
16, 17, 18,
Oh.
19, 20, 21. Oh, those odds are not good. That's a 5 we'd need. We're not likely to win, but those odds are not good. What?
Yeah, you got 18.
Shit.
Unlucky, monsieur. Most unfortunate. Shall we play another?
Give me more. I'll do one more.
Give me more, give me more, give me. Seven, 8, that's 15. I have to get like... You have to get a 6. 6, okay, yep, you're good. It's the closest to 21.
You're not going to be. Yes!
20, yep, 27.
We win.
Well played, monsieur. Here's your payout.
We just
You won back your money.
We just exchanged change. We're done. Maybe another day, monsieur.
I understand. Feel free to come back anytime.
And that is it. Are we ready to hit the road?
Yep, let's make a move. Nothing is going to save the king at this rate.
God.
The king is
Hey,
fucked.
It just have to be fair.
Hopefully he has a
Just has to be
child or a
fair.
cousin or something. Monsieur Kingsley, we need your help.
Finally, I was about time someone came around and appreciated my skills.
Your fishing skills, right?
Wait, my mother's listening to the TV, which means my father's home. Which means there's food. I'll do it after we do this section.
The term is angling, wise guy.
This has nothing to do with fishing. Let me cut the preamble. We are looking for people who have positive stories about the king. Would you happen to have any?
Stories, huh? You came to the right guy. I have a whale of a story for you. So the other day I was fishing and I caught this monster of a catfish. It was like 2 meters long, easily. Here we go. I caught a fish and it was this big. Oh, sure. I drag a 19-kilogram falcon out of the water and everyone buys it. But I claimed to catch one big fish and suddenly everyone's a skeptic.
Please continue with your story, Monsieur Kingsley. You've actually made a decent point.
Oh, right. So anyways, the king of all people happens to be walking by with his entourage. And they all clapped and cheered and came over to see the fish. And then the king was like, I'm hungry. Let's cook up this fellow up.
I would misinterpret it and think he was speaking about me, to be fair.
Shut
I'd literally
up,
be like,
imagine.
hold on a damn minute.
And then he just walks off with the fish. Can you believe that? Yeah.
I can believe that. It seems something like a royal penguin would do.
Did you at least get paid for your fish? Oh, yes, one of the royal guards was nice enough to flip 1 franc my way.
I don't think that. I think, no, that's not enough.
1 franc! You may as well just flip the bird. No offense. So the king supports the local fishing industry. I'm writing that down.
This person, we're going to look like fools. Honestly, I'd rather join hands with the prosecution. Toussaint's story has been added to your evidence folder. I have no idea if the story will be of any use to us, but we appreciate your time, monsieur. Good day to you.
Bye, Monsieur Fisherman. Hey, don't call me a fisherman.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna go
everyone clapped.
I'm gonna very quickly go see if there's food.
Okay.
Oh, it's time.
One more place to
Hi, Dad.
go.
You want to say hi to my stream?
Hi, my stream.
Hi, Dad.
My friend Dan just said hi, Dad.
See? I'm everybody's dad.
Apparently, you are the dad sorceress because.
Except for yours.
What? You are literally my father,
Allegedly.
dude. I literally look like you.
Yeah, I told you how that works. They hold a baby up in the hospital.
All babies look ugly and like near the same, bro.
Yeah, but you look ugly like me.
Bro.
There's food.
Babies
Okay,
all do.
I'm
the same.
I'm gonna get food real quick. Give me a sec, chat.
Hey chat, how you doing? Are you guys enjoying the stream so far? Did you guys like the multiple rants and tangents we went on? That was completely by accident. I'm also hungry. Man, what do I have? I have cheese in my mini fridge. I was given a mini fridge by my friend, and it's been great because if I need a snack in the middle of stream, I can just walk over and be like, mini fridge cheese. Very good tangent. That's good. I am the king of tangents. I'm tired and therefore out of it. Yeah, it must be like really late for you, isn't it? Feeling chaotic.
Feeling a little spicy.
Shout so you guys can still hear me. But I want fridge cheese. 20 to 2 in the morning. Damn. Yeah, I've been falling asleep really early, so I dropped the cheese. Where did I drop my cheese? Did I drop my cheese, or am I blind? Maybe I didn't drop my cheese. I'll get some more cheese. There we go, another cheese. Honestly, if the cheese fell, it's fine because it's in a wrapper. It's the little what's it called? Baby Bell cheese. I got Baby Bell because I like eating cheese, but I want no, not the cheese. Dan, why? Because cheese. That should be fine. If I find it, if not, I guess there's random cheese on my floor. No, I cleaned my room today. It is fine. No, cheese. Ah! I hate these little, like these wax casings. So you could just like peel them off. Because I think it's the type of Gouda. Oh no. You're fine, Silva, don't worry about it. You were a good pet.
I'm back. I will now be attempting to very strategically take bites of pizza and the singular breadstick. I also have lemonade.
Nice. I got cheese.
So if I ever pause for like a second or sound like I'm talking with food in my mouth, yeah.
Anxiety go blur. I feel that, Silver.
Oh no, I didn't interpret it as rude. I just figured it was more of an exclamation as opposed to a yelling. Excuse me, Judge Maxime. Oh, hello, Falcon. Nice work on the catacombs business. Word has really spread about your impromptu lawyering skills. Really? I'm gaining a reputation?
Hey, I helped too.
Of course you did, Robinton.
Sparrowson?
Right. Sparrington. Judge, fuck, English? Judge Maxime, I don't suppose Monsieur 𝐒𝐿𝐄 has filled you in on what we've been working on since then? No, he hasn't. How to put this?
We're planning on maybe not the first one.
Yeah, no.
That one feels like set up for failure.
We're planning a trial of sorts. We intend on forming a case against,
The king! Let me go
Right,
down in
and,
history. We want you to adjudicate.
a trial against the king? Interesting. What are his exact charges? I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. That seems more like Severin's territory. If you aren't even sure of that, then I don't think you're quite prepared for this trial. Maybe you should leave this to lawyers who have a little more experience. I see. Well, thank you anyway. I dropped the accent for 5 seconds. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. That was the only move I could make.
What about our judge?
It doesn't matter. Let's focus on building a solid defense case for the king, and we can wing it from there. We love
Ha
winging
ha ha
it.
ha ha.
Maybe we can even hold a trial without any judges at all. Just 𝐒𝐄 me, and the king in the middle. Oh, right, that's me. Fuck. It's strange. Falcon, you're like your grandfather, and yet you're nothing like him. Wait, you knew my grandfather? Well, I wouldn't say knew. I was just a teenager when he was causing havoc in the courtrooms. But of course I am familiar with his work. Falcon, I find your career choice peculiar. He was a prosecutor, wasn't he?
Oh.
Your grandfather worked so hard to prosecute King Louis the something, and yet here you are.
Sixth. No, the 16th. Sorry.
Thank you.
I messed. I didn't even. I registered the X and didn't even read it. I just went, oh, 6.
Wait, 16, you said?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. To prosecute King Louis the 16th, and yet here you are, rigorously working to defend your own king. Just like him, you would make an excellent prosecutor. So why do you choose the rocky path of the private defender?
I want to leave his shadow. I want to bring some balance.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I just wanted to take myself out of my grandfather's shadow. I want to carve my own path as a lawyer. I don't want to be a poor imitation of an old hero. Quite understandable. Oh, just look at the time. I'm due back in the courtroom. But before I go, let me say that I would be happy to educate your trial, Falcon. Really? That's fantastic. Thank you, Your Honor. It's no trouble. Show me what the grandson of Maximilian Robespierre is capable of. We have an aim! Falcon is much easier to say. He really could have just said, yeah, no, I wanted people to be able to say my name. And again, I am American, and I'm bad at life, so could just be me.
What's the plan for today? Hitting the Louvre? Checking out Les Halles, maybe?
Actually, I was thinking... Severn? How rude! Don't they teach you to knock?
No time for bickering, JJ. It's time.
Time? For what?
The trial, you dunce. Already? Large protest has started in the form of Place de Concorde. No doubt it'll turn into an unruly mob before long. The spirit of revolution's in the air. We must act now. I'm going to start the necessary preparations at the courthouse, so I need to get to the king from the Palace Royal.
You want me to drag the king to the courthouse? I'm not even sure that I could drag him from his chair.
Use diplomacy, you dolt. I'm sure you'll think of something.
Right. Come along, Sparrowson. We have a king to defend. It's in times of dire need where I suddenly become intelligent with words. I only just now finished my singular breadstick. Falcon and Sparrowson rush across the city. Scores of angry eyes watch the pair's every movement. 𝐒𝐄 was right. The spirit of revolution is in the air. Outside the Palace Royal, a crowd has started to form. The royal guards watch in nervous anticipation.
3,600 and...
Save it! We're number one.
You again? Shouldn't you be in jail?
There's no time for that nonsense.
Your Majesty, we need you to come with us.
Why?
There's a trial you need to attend. There's a group of angry rebels. There's sale on fish at Les Halles.
Well, get into Les Halles. Being real with him's not gonna work. I don't know if this is the way to go. It might, honestly. but he did enjoy trials.
He did. He said that he loved doing them.
Mm-hmm. I say we try this.
Yeah.
There's a trial.
Well, why didn't you say I love trials? Oh, I needed it to give a testimony. Please say it so.
As a matter of fact, Your Majesty, yes, I think you will need to give a testimony.
Oh, goody goody goody. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Damn.
Dumbass.
Did anyone spot us?
I don't think so. It's still early. The crowds are only just starting to form. With any luck, we can get this trial over with before anyone realizes what's going on.
You.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
You treasonous scumbags. You've actually captured the king. Captured?
Clearly a joke, Your Majesty.
Ah, very subtle. I like it. So it's true, you do intend to hold a trial. Your actions are utterly despicable. You're on the same level as those filthy rebels dissenters.
Do you intend to stop us, Inspector?
On any other day I would. You are rotten law-breaking through and through. I want nothing more than see you tried and punished for your traitorous stances. But I owe a debt to you, Falcon. And to Monsieur 𝐒𝐄 𝐅𝐄𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐄.
Fuck, I thought I could be fast. So you'll let us pass?
I have ordered for a dozen National Guards to set up the perimeter around the entrance at Palace de Justice. The rebels will inevitably catch word that the king is here. They will try to storm the building, and when they do, we will be ready to hold them off.
That's amazing. Thank you, Inspector.
Go on, before I change my mind.
We're defending the king, by the way. We're not prosecuting him, per se. All right, settle down, everyone, settle down.
Should I be standing here? Am I in the right place?
Where you are is perfect, Your Majesty. Now, is everyone here? J.J. Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Severin 𝐒𝐄 present. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Ooh, this will be good. I wonder who is on trial.
You're about to get just a reality check, my dude. Are all the jury here? Do you want to be the jury this time?
All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Fuck. I nearly choked.
Don't die.
I'm trying not to. It's very hard to eat pizza and when I'm, like, needing to read. Like, when I do gaming things and I'm just, you know, like, playing Skyrim, it's not as hard, but this is. Everything seems to be in order. The court is now in session for the trial of King Louis Philippe.
Oh, that's me. Wait, what?
Calm down, Your Majesty. We're simply prosecuting you for a short list of 32 crimes against the French people.
What is this madness? Did you set me up for this?
Well, yes and no. We're your defense, Your Majesty.
I'm so confused.
How can you lead this country if you don't even understand how, like, a fundamental trial works, like, even in its basics?
Yeah.
You, in your defense, will have the opportunity to present their own counter-evidence.
I'm even more confused.
Let this man take the throne! Just let us do
well.
the talking, Your Majesty. We're doing this for your own good.
Wouldn't want you to end up like old Louis the 16th now, would we?
Let us proceed. Prosecution, present the first charge.
King Louis Philippe, you are being charged with neglecting the lower classes of the nation. You continue to support Guizot's outdated policies have resulted to an ever-growing wage gap. Poverty is rampant, animals are forced to turn to begging, thievery and burglary just serve to survive. How do you justify this vile attitude?
Goodness, you're going straight for the jugular, aren't
At
you?
least you understand that.
I'm a good person. I don't hate poor people. I feel mild contempt for them, certainly, but don't we all?
No!
No.
Please allow me to do the talking, Your Majesty. Severin, the king is far kinder to poor people than the general populace has been led to believe. Someone even describing him as a generous philanthropist.
Ooh. Who would describe him as a generous philanthropist?
Some would.
You're going to have to be better than that. Show me an example. Just one example of the king being generous to a poor person.
So, financial advice.
I would like to present this story. It is the account of a person who was a sick and starving beggar. One day, this beggar was approached by the king. Did the king offer the beggar money? No, he offered something far better. He offered the beggar financial advice because he is so in touch with money.
It's true, I did do that. He doesn't even know what he's fucking talking about.
No, he does not. Where's that beggar now? He runs a successful business that can pull 40 francs from a single client transaction.
Amazing. The ex-beggar attributes the king to his radical transformation.
No. Well, he didn't say so directly, but it was implied.
Interesting. Would you mind telling us the name of this person?
I really would rather not do that to him.
Uh-oh, what do we do?
I don't want to do that to our boy.
I don't want to do it to our boy either.
We're not doing it to our boy. I would rather not, you know, because of witness confidentiality and stuff.
I thought as much. This beggar is entirely fictional, isn't he? At best, details of his story has been exaggerated to paint the king in a positive light.
Listen, I'm down to do this to the other people, but honestly, like...
Not our boy Rendell.
No, also, I forget if his name is Kingsley or what, but our Kingfisher friend. He also did save me from the lake. I don't want to do that to him either.
Let's make no mistake here. No beggar would ever benefit from financial advice issued by King Louis Philippe.
Oh dear.
It's her! Outside the Palace Royal, protesters charge the building's gates, effortlessly overcoming the royal guards. Looters take the opportunity to overrun and ransack the building. Where on earth is that accursed king? Piero!
No sign of him, ma'am. Rumors that he's gone and fled to the building, same as Gazot.
The Prime Minister and the King both fled before we even started our assault? How is that even possible? Madame Beaumont, I found someone who may be of use.
Oh dear.
Oh no, Beck. A royal guard? Nice find, Fontaine. Speak, Duck. Tell us where the king is.
You think of me, a common turncoat? I would have you know I am the mighty Officer Beck. I would sooner die than betray my country.
Either gonna offer him money or like point a gun at him and he's gonna give it up immediately.
100%.
Okay.
The Palace of Justice, a couple lawyers came and took him to the Palace of Justice.
That was easy. Pierre Fontaine gathered the crowd. We're marching on the Palace de Justice. What are we up to, Charge 12? Please continue, prosecutor.
It's been continuing without us.
Yeah!
Very well. King Louis Philippe, you stand accused of crushing small businesses in favor of supporting wealthier industry giants. Such a no-topic attitude only serves to discourage people from forming their own enterprises.
I disagree. As a self-made businessman, the king has constantly shown his support for all businesses, big and small.
Another ludicrous assertion from the defense. Prove me wrong, J.J. When has the king ever shown support for a grassroots business?
King boy,
This shows a rising businessman, sort of.
It
Fuck.
sounds like you're reaching.
I suppose I am. I must concede. Oh, wait. Was I wrong? Oh, shit! That was the one. That was meant to be the one. Not this. I fucked up. I showed the wrong evidence.
Maybe you can click that. The right one.
Wait,
No, you cannot.
Fuck. Oh, the jury's mean now.
You guys can't be serious.
I fucked up. We may have to redo this a little. Outside the doors of the Tribunal di Grande, Inspector Voltaire watches the ever-growing crowd of protesters, not prosecutors. The National Guard The National Guard poises their bayonets, keeping the angry mob at bay.
Disgusting rabble, a lot of them. Oh, it looks like the gods are letting someone through. An emissary of the rebels, or perhaps one who considers themselves a leader.
Are you the officer in charge of this barricade?
I am.
I came to talk to you directly. I feel we can settle this maturely. No violence, no casualties.
Wouldn't that be marvelous?
We only have one demand. That is that you stand aside and let me escort the king out the building. Grant me that and I will order the crowd to disperse.
I don't know if you're the first revolution, mademoiselle, but it certainly isn't mine. If your protesters want the king, then they will have to get past the line of National Guards. And I don't think your people are have the skill, equipment, or raw numbers to accomplish such a feat.
Voltaire, you are so misinformed. I believe we're up to the last charge, are we not?
Correct. Charge 32. King Louis Philippe, you're accused of being an imbecile. You are mentally unfit to run this country.
No need to get personal.
Damn. It isn't a crime to be an idiot, Severin.
Thankfully. If it were, we would be doing hard time right now.
You right?
Illegal. Illegal, no, but it does raise the question if we're giving this idiot so much power. Let's not follow the examples of Great Britain and who let the Mad King George III rule for decades past his prime.
King Louis Philippe is neither mad nor stupid. He is an intelligent and competent individual.
I'll have you know, I'm only competent on prune days.
Your Majesty, please.
You've chosen an impossible battle, JJ. The king's idiocy is widely accepted. I urge you to prove me wrong. Show me one shred of evidence that the king is not a blithering idiot.
Macedonian. Nathan's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Lover of history.
making sure.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I'd like to present this account given by a local librarian. He asserts that the king is something of an avid reader.
Picture books don't count, JJ. Damn.
Oh, I had no idea that an expansive history on the Macedonian Empire was a picture book. The king has been known to check out as many as a dozen thick books in a single day, covering a whole range of subjects. Face the facts, Severin, the king is an educated man.
Perhaps a test is in order.
That won't be necessary.
What's the name of the book you mentioned? An Expansive History of Macedonian Empire? Tell me, your majesty, where is Macedonia?
Where?
Yes, I'll even make it easy. Just tell us the name of the continent. What continent is Macedonia in?
Yeah, if I was asked something like this, I'd be screwed. I have the worst, sense of geography.
North America.
You can do this, your majesty.
It is a 1 in 7 shot. Can he really do it?
He probably doesn't even know the names of the, continents or whatever.
Nope.
I want to say Africa. But I've got it, London.
No!
Asshole.
Hey, Monty.
I think we're done here, Your Honor. As I've demonstrated the excruciating detail, the king is incompetent, lazy, stupid, and occasionally malicious. He isn't fit to run a bakery, let alone a nation.
Very well, prosecutor. Does the defense have anything to add?
Yes, we should just try.
Yes, Your Honor. I've got nothing. Fuck. I've defended this man to the best of my abilities, and I have nothing more to say. Very good. Then I shall now converse with the jury. We shall determine precisely which crimes the king is guilty of and decide on an appropriate punishment.
Punishment? Lawyer man, you have to do something. I'm scared.
Calm down, Your Majesty. The whole purpose of this trial was to see that your punishment is fair and fitting. You're not going to end up with your head on a spike. At least, I don't think you will.
The mademoiselle is returning. How naive.
You're gonna get shot.
I'm gonna get shot.
Negotiations are over, mademoiselle.
Once again, I ask that you let me pass. Let me extract the king without issue, and then we shall be on our way. I warn you, the protesters are getting rowdy. Any moment now, they might charge on their own accord.
Your commitment to pacifism is admirable, but you're brimming with naivety, mademoiselle. Be on your way. I warned you your methods were passive, madam.
That foul voice. Show yourself, wolf.
You're the fire who tipped me off the 𝐒𝐄 𝐅𝐄𝐋. Was my information not good, Inspector? Did I not say how and when you could reach the 𝐒𝐄 𝐅𝐄𝐋? You omitted a few details. Your words almost killed a few acquaintances of mine.
Well, Inspector, it seems that you and I agree on something. This wolf has a forked tongue.
There's no need to direct your hatred at me, madame. I came here to give you a gift, a peace offer.
Do you think I'd trust anything from someone whose brother I killed? You have nothing to offer.
I most certainly do. Did you know that the tunnels of the Sleeping City wind straight under the Palace de Justice? It's true. If you were put enough gunpowder in the right spot, one could even take an entire side of the building down. What are you prattling about?
They really should have, maybe, filled in some of these tunnels.
Yep.
How much gunpowder do you think that would take, madame? 50 kilograms? 100? Maybe 200 kilograms, just to be safe.
Friar, tell me you didn't.
The fuse is lit. In 20 seconds, the Palace de Justice will fall like the Temple of Dagon.
Shit.
Running will do you no good. You brother-killing pute.
Fuck, we're all gonna die.
You're bluffing. There is no explosion. You would like that to be the case, wouldn't you, Inspector? But unfortunately for you, the random killer emerges one last time. But you...
It was him! He was the killer!
It was him!
I must congratulate you, JJ. No, Falcon. You argued excellently. I'm as unsure as the penguin's fate as you are, but one thing is for certain. You could not have done your job any better.
Except I presented the wrong evidence on one of
It's
the
okay.
options. Thank you, 𝐒𝐄 𝐅𝐄𝐋. After a small amount of deliberation, we have come to a decision. Also, we're all going to die in like 20 seconds. We find the defendant, King Louis Philippe, to be... Mon Dieu, what was that?
An explosion! It sounded like it came from right outside.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Well, manner of speaking, how do I put this?
For pity's sake, spit it out, monsieur.
Rebels! It's the rebels! If there was a big explosion, it's just the rebels are pouring into the building as we speak!
You heard the rabbit. Everybody clear out. Your Honor, quickly, what was the verdict? Really? In a time like this? There is no better time. Exile! Now get out of here. Court is adjourned.
A valiant effort, Falcon. But we're both out of time and options. If the rebels wanted a king so badly, they can take him.
You can't say that!
The rooster's got a point, Falcon. Let's just turn over the king and let him receive his dues. We've done all we can.
He's like, man,
No. You two give up far too easily. Sparrowson, 𝐒𝐄 we're escorting the king to R&M Associates.
Renard's place? What can he do?
If anyone has the power to make the king disappear, it would be that conniving fox.
Yeah, that might just work. Come along, Your Majesty.
Oh dear.
Take off that ridiculous garb of yours, by the way, if you don't want to be noticed. Come on, 𝐒𝐄, no time to dawdle.
I'm staying. For there be another chance of your ridiculous plan succeeding, someone must stay behind to delay the rebels.
If you die on me, 𝐒𝐄, I will kill you myself. 𝐒𝐄.
Go. I've got this.
Good luck. That damned wolf nearly killed the lot of us. You're the one harboring the king.
It's a pleasure to see you again, madam.
Don't get snarky. Where is he?
You're too late. The king has long left the building. For all I know, he could be halfway to Guadalupe right now.
So he's already gone. Damn, there goes my opportunity to enact justice.
Enact justice? You should have seen the trial, madam. Everything was official, professional, and logicked. It was the most brilliant display of justice I've ever seen.
But the king...
is in the process of receiving a fitting punishment.
𝐒𝐄, did my father receive a fitting punishment when you were the prosecutor at his trial 10 years ago?
No, madam. But every day since then, I've strived towards justice. And I shall continue to do so for the rest of my days.
See that you do. Oh. Do hurry up, Your Majesty. It might be faster if we just carry him.
This is taking forever.
Your Majesty, you need to work out more.
You aren't going any further.
It's the friar!
I'm not going to let you take another step towards the king.
I didn't come here for the king. I came to kill you, JJ Falcon.
Shit! Very well. Sparrowson, take the king and hurry to Reynolds. I'll handle this monster.
Are you sure you'll be okay?
No, I can handle one crippled wolf.
Okay, come on, Your Majesty.
Oh, maybe this is me, because I was like, damn, that's kind of sad that, you know, Falcon didn't actually get in on the rebel stuff, you know? It's kind of sad. But what if he did? What if we're about to learn? He's just, like, dead. That explosion at the courthouse. That wasn't just the rebels, was it?
Of course not. That was to take out the murderous Pute who killed my brother.
Madame Beaumont.
She was the madame who pulled the trigger, but in your words, that it was your words that sentenced him.
And I would do it again. You and your brother are heinous individuals.
Call us what you like. It doesn't matter anymore. Your blood must pay for his. An eye for an eye. That is the way of Judge of old.
You don't appear armed.
I don't need a gun or a sword to kill you. There are 100 kilograms of gunpowder beneath our feet. One more step in this entire area will go.
Oh.
Van scum.
Inspector, just in time. You look a little singed.
Did you hear that explosion, Monsieur Volps?
Yes, I did. It seems like the rumors are true, Mousy. The revolution is in full swing.
Go on, get in there!
Visitors, Monsieur Volps, visitors!
I wonder who... Oh, my King Louis Philippe. Good afternoon, Your Majesty. Are you... Monsieur Ropes? I am. And this is my companion, Nancy.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Majesty.
I must admit I rarely have a gentleman of your caliber in this office. Please, have a seat. Mousy, fetch His Majesty some tea.
Right away.
Yeah, people can make people disappear. But yes, a new identity, a new face, indeed, I could make that happen. Of course, there is a price. How much? Normally such a service would cost 100 francs, but for you, your majesty, 10,000. 10,000 francs? I don't carry that sort of money on my person. But I'm sure you can find a way. That crown in your head and the egg in your hand would surely be enough to pay for the exquisite service. Your cook, Monsieur Vilps. Now, let's not call each other names. We are both grown men. Now let's see. You'll need a disguise. Here we go. I'm gonna put this on. How do I look? What the fuck is happening?
There, you know, when else do you get an opportunity to play dress up with the King of France?
Merci, could you come here and give us here for a moment, please?
What is it, Monsieur Volps? Hey! Who is this cockatoo? Where did King Louis Philippe go?
You see, Your Majesty? It's convincing. Of course, but we'll have to give you a new name and identity to match your look. We need a name that is original yet ordinary, subtle yet exquisite.
John Smith?
Brilliant, Massey. Monsieur, your name is now John Smith. You are upstanding English gentleman. Jimepel John Smith. That is no good. We have to work on your English accent. Repeat that to me.
My name is John Smith. My name is Jan Smith.
Wow, did you grow up in London, Your Majesty? Your accent
Sorry,
is
but
impeccable.
You're wow. Killed me. It was really good. Sorry.
Really? Tell him, Mousy.
I didn't understand any of it, so it must have been perfect English.
Disguise, name, accent. I think we're all set. Are you ready, Mr. Smith? I don't think so. Of course you're ready. Flee, Monsieur, flee. Take a horse to Calais, and from there hire a boat and take you to the shores of England.
Do you think he will make it to England, Monsieur Volps?
With that disguise, Mousy, I think our client would be lucky to make it down the street. Come on, let's return this egg to Saint-Anen. Oh, okay, so everything kind of goes back into place.
Yeah, based Renard. Or not is he Renard?
Renard.
Renard, that can't be it though. That was like really simple. I mean, like, I get the ending, but that was kind of... This can't be all.
Come on, bird brain, time's a-wasting. Well, Loku finally decided to get up.
Give me a break. My legs are killing me from running all over Paris. Besides, we just had the case of a century. I think we're allowed one day to relax. Let's play some Jacques Noir.
Nuh-uh. Look at the second mail we have to reply to.
Mail?
Inspector Voltaire had asked us to sign off some paperwork regarding the death of Freya Remus. Kakariko wants us to arrange a lunch meeting to discuss potential future collaborative projects. And Madame Bermont has asked us to establish a constitution for the Second Republic, if you can believe that. Plus, we have like a dozen requests for legal work from other citizens of Paris. I guess word had gotten around of our involvement in the King's trial, huh?
Mon Dieu. So much to do. But all I want to do is take a holiday.
Hey, Falcon, do you think we're about to see some changes?
Changes?
The old king is gone. The Prime Minister's resigned. The Second Republic is kicking off. I'm just saying, do you think this could be the start of a new era of peace for France? Paris. God damn, why did I read that like that? No clue. No idea, huh? Me neither. France has a oh. France is scary.
But enough talk about politics, Sparrowson. Let's go pick up some breakfast. Is that... Oh, that's you.
Sounds good. I feel like pains au chocolat.
best case scenario. Yep.
That
This is
was
the end.
really it.
That was the best case scenario.
Yeah?
Compositions by Camille Saint-Saëns.
Like, I
Designed,
understand
programmed,
the
and written by
ending,
Camille.
but I'm not gonna lie, each and every other case kind of felt more epic.
Yeah.
I guess they
I
kind of
would've-
built themselves up to a near impossible outcome. Cause, like, you know, they already had, like, an impromptu trial. They had, you know, the one where we got thrown in a river and you ate a poisoned chocolate wrapper.
Yeah.
And the first one was a great starter case. So I guess technically it was hard. Hold on. I'm gonna look up if there are alternative endings.
I pray for the fall of the monarchy.
You have reached the end
Understandable.
of Route B, 𝐒𝐄𝐈. The ending you receive was determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial and the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary, Attorney. Okay.
So we would have to play through all of chapter 3 to get a different
Hold
ending.
on. Okay. Such as the real bad ending. No, tell me things. No, that's case 1, I don't care. Okay. Okay, that's bugs though. Like, I want to know about the game. Like, tell me if there's shit.
Hold on, let me... Act 1 doesn't seem to matter. Your success or failure during the trial of Severin Kakariko determine what the 3 Act 4 endings you get. Act 4 it.
You
in
know, I
Act
guess
4,
that makes sense, because if we fail to save Severin, he can't help us with this.
So then, yeah, then that would be something. Then you'd have to make the actual decision of letting Severin die.
Fuck.
So Severin is actually the tipping point of this entire game.
And that would make sense.
Yep.
Damn.
When pressing Voltaire during Beerment's... We would have to do a Beerment's trial.
Oh, what?
We would have Beermont's trial. She would have to go on trial instead of the king.
Oh. That's actually kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't... That would be hard to get to, though, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Unless we do the day where we go to the catacombs and we just say, fuck it, and leave him.
Yeah, but then, again, we'd have to have him dead.
True. That is true. Well, honestly, to be fair, I enjoyed this game.
I did. I think the ending is a little bit not as
They built it up and probably had no idea where the fuck to go. I mean, maybe the other endings are actually typically, like, epic.
I think yeah. I think
It
actually
might kind of be that.
based arguably this would be the best case scenario because not only does everyone get what they want, so, Falcon becomes successful.
That is true. He does become successful, and that is really cool. Only thing, I guess, I just wish, you know, yeah, we had places to go to, but at the end of the day, you know, the argument in court wasn't really hard. There was, like,
Yeah.
we were kind of just filling it.
We were
which
already set up
I
to fail.
understand, you know, yeah, that's the point, right? But other than, you know, we just had to go in there and say a few things and then we were done. There wasn't, like,
Yeah.
too much technically on the line because it was kind of already a decided outcome, I guess.
Yeah. I just like to think Sparrowson definitely stabbed another dude on the way back.
He did. I also like to think that, like, I know it's not the case, probably, with the way it seemed, but I really do like to think that, you know, okay, so JJ's grandfather, or Falcon's grandfather, or whatever, prosecuted that king, Right, so he was clearly
Yeah.
a part of that revolution. He probably stirred up a lot of stuff. He maybe even took the lioness's role, kind of in that revolution, maybe even. But I kind of like to think, you know, Falcon might have, for a little bit, been impressionable in that era. He might have honestly done a little, you know? So I like to think that instead of, you know, Inspector Volpez, you know, coming, I like to think Falcon fought for his life on that bridge.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just think, you know, an epic thing, you know, he has to face this down, like, because it is a good story beat to be like, oh yeah, he just wanted to come out of his grandfather's shadow, but I think it also would have been kind of epic if, you know, he did that too. And so all this time, Inspector Volteri wasn't necessarily wrong. I think that would add to him more too, because all this time he's been stupidly wrong. Right?
Yeah, he's been.
It would
in
be
fact,
good if he at least had
the
some
idiot.
slight good, like, instinct that, oh, he was right there with JJ Falcon. Slightly.
Mhm.
Maybe not about being the Viridian killer, just like, you know, he had a part to play. It could have been really cool if he was his grandfather's right hand for a short time, and then he was like, no, I'm not doing this. I can't.
Yeah, I think due to, I mean, this was a Kickstarter game. I wouldn't be surprised if they had to do certain things, and obviously the game play wouldn't allow them to do like the epic shots of Volteri being like, "I saved you," like so it makes a little bit more sense. And plus, I guess the king got his just desserts by basically
Yeah, no.
Volpez didn't even try to get him like safety. He just went go to the street, and that guy definitely died. He 100% fucking got murdered on the street, and no one
He
cared.
totally did not make it. That was... Yeah.
But everyone got what they wanted in the end.
I do kind of think that maybe should have gone slightly differently as well, in the sense of maybe not a perfect ending, but I still would have enjoyed maybe, like, you know, we didn't make it there to Reynard. He instead got grabbed, because I do, you know, Falcon did everything he did. You know, he risked his life right there on that bridge to get him to Reynard. So that, you know, because he believed in that justice. Like, you know, this exile, like, the king needs to be able to go into exile and live his life as a normal person, because that is the punishment he deserves to have. To live the life suffering under other people with far more power now. And while I do think that, you know, it is fitting for that king to, you know, get a severe reality check in the form of, I don't know, getting curb stomped, I think it would have been interesting to have Falcon actually witness that happened. So that at least, you know, all that fighting and the risking of life that he did just there kind of felt like he was fighting for it, instead of it just being like, oh yeah, okay, you did that. Anyway, go die.
Go die. Bye.
Which,
like
you
how
know,
we're
I
dissecting the
like how
story.
Reynard did that. That was honestly very Reynard, and if that was going to be a thing to do, you know, that would... Falcon
It
was
would
under
be
the
him,
impression
yeah.
he was giving the king the best chance, and Reynard was like, thank you. Anyway. Thank
'Cause
you
it
for
makes sense
sending me
why-
my paycheck, dude.
I understand Falcon's reasoning of not wanting the king to die because he already failed at one
Yeah.
point with the Cataline thing.
Exactly.
And the fact of the matter is, Falcon seems to be not lawfully good, but definitely someone who doesn't want to see people die. And that's why that makes him a little bit harder to work with, because Sparrowson probably would have been fine with this dude dying.
Yeah.
Obviously, he watched him walk out of the building, didn't like follow him or anything.
Like, 𝐒𝐿𝐶𝐄 was even... He was fine with it. He was completely 100 fine with it. And honestly, I kind of like the dynamic that formed between Falcon and 𝐒𝐿𝐶𝐄 even, because Falcon, you know, he says just, no, we're not doing that. That's too easy. You know, we're sticking with this. And 𝐒𝐿𝐶𝐄
You know what
was
this
like, you know
means,
what?
Swan?
Okay. What?
We have to write fanfic about these birds.
Fuck, you
about
right!
these lawyer birds
Oh
that
my
we
God.
thought in the beginning of this game. Wow, okay, Aviary attorney, cool, whatever. Seems like a silly little game. What the hell? What kind of like political nonsense is in here now? What kind of
buildup was so
in-depth
good.
stuff? Now we have 𝐒𝐿𝐶𝐄 and Falcon who have some chemistry there, which I don't know about you, but it feels a little like gay in my opinion.
It's gay. It's 100% gay, man. We are the deciding factor, and they are in fact gay.
Sparrowson is just a dimwit
Sparrowson is
who
wonderful.
just survives. He's just like the comedic relief. My God, fanfic needs to be. Guys, anyone in chat, if you're ever feeling about writing fanfic about this little game,
Is there
send it
fanfiction?
to send it, and I will make a channel for fanfic or any writing. I'm making a channel now in my Discord.
You know
I'm
what?
making,
I will
I'm
too.
so
Hold
serious
on.
about that.
Hold on.
I'm
I
so
will
serious.
too. Hold on. We're doing this. Hold on. Mine must get. Where would I put this? What category would this belong in? Oh,
I'm
wait,
putting
technically
mine
I
in
have
lobby.
one. It's creative writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just rename it just fanfiction corner because.
I was just gonna put creative writing because
Oh, yeah.
honestly, anyone who wants to like submit writing to me, I like reading. So
Damn. God.
I need to find an emoji. Hold on. Where's a book?
A book. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go to like the only site I know.
Because like, as someone, this is my personal opinion as a writer, having little like things, especially if you're writing something like we write our Skyline stuff, having little side projects like this also like keeps you like creative and active, especially when it's ridiculous because this is a game about birds being lawyers.
My L key came off my keyboard again. Oh no. Get back on. Go.
You guys need to make an AU fan story for this game. I will make a self-insert.
I
am
will
so
too.
serious
Let
about that.
Dan, please, for the love of God.
Book emoji.
I wonder how niche of like a fandom Aviary Attorney is.
We will get it on AO3 and we will make it
We
like
will get it.
insanely popular. I'm so determined now. Dan of all trades is now gonna open up an AO3 account. There's a good. It's just gonna be the memo emoji for now. I haven't had an AO3. I haven't touched it in a while. Yeah, I haven't either. I used to write fanfic a bunch. If that wasn't obvious at all, I actually used to write Minecraft fanfic. So, and here I am now.
Guys, it's tragic. I don't even think there is any Aviary Attorney fanfiction.
We will make it. We will make it.
This is tragic.
AO3.
There's not even a single, like, 500 word or like 100 word thing. There's nothing. There is none. That's tragic. We must give this a platform.
We must. Wait, hold on. Oh wait, no. There's an Aviary Attorney, but okay, this isn't that, but they do
is it
have
on
the
Reddit?
tag gay. No, it's just on AO3.
Okay.
But the tag they have is gay birds or birds gay. No, there is fanfic.
There is?
Yeah, Severin 𝐒𝐄 /JJ Falcon fanfic.
Hold on.
I am
Hold on,
reading
was
this.
Aviary Attorney fanfiction.
There is so much. I'm not joking.
Oh my god! Oh my
No,
god!
actually, there
Wait, how do I
isn't
look
a
this
lot.
up? I don't understand how to search. Help. Help me.
There isn't a lot. Okay, so there isn't actually a lot. There's about 6, and only 5 of them actually go with the game. Because I have no clue what the fuck the other one is.
Please, Dan, give me like the link you have to this page. Please just DM this to me, please.
Can I just post it in your chat too?
Yeah, 100% give it to them. If you can't do it, if you send it to me, I will do it because I don't know what perms I have or permissions.
Oh, I do have perms to post
Okay,
it.
great, good.
I love writing curse
Yes!
shit. Writing curse shit is so fun. So, apparently we are not fucking wrong of feeling about how gay these two are.
Oh, the first one is Ace Attorney.
Oh,
There's
that
a
is
character
Ace
called
Attorney.
Simon Blackquill, I do believe, and 𝐒𝐄 𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐿, that's Ace Attorney. That's a future one. I haven't played it, but I heard of the characters.
I wonder if that's
they
the
just
start. I wonder if one of the developers wrote that and then decided, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a gay bird game.
They would have had to have been an Ace Attorney fan, or they must have had it shoved in their face so much they decided to say, you know what, fuck it, we're doing it better because god damn it.
Yeah, no. Some of these books are from not books. Some of these stories are from 2018 when the game first came out.
Oh my
What the
God.
fuck?
This was a Kickstarter game, and apparently there was meant to be a bonus chapter, but they had to like give up or something, so they had to refund all the Kickstarters, and that's like so sad to me. Because honestly,
Yeah.
I'd play the shit out of a second game. I would
Be-
so play the shit out of a second game, man.
Be gay, be gay, do law crimes.
Be gay,
There's
do law
Lemont
crimes.
X JJ Falcon. It's gonna be the anti-hero.
I love them so much. They're such funny little birds, and the character traits that we kind of just added to them of like, yeah, yes, crime, and just everything. I adore this so much.
I'm just gonna read a little like excerpt.
Please.
Hold on. Where gay pronounced gay and is Irish for goose.
Goose.
Theoretically, that means, Silver, that you can make a persona that's a goose that is gay. Or a character that is a goose that is gay. I'm such a dad. Compassion, that was the heart of the matter. It was both Falcon's weakness and his greatest strength. JJ had the tendency to let his emotions carry him away, sometimes to dark places. He needed the support of his compatriots to keep the specters of fear and self-doubt at bay. He needed Severin. I think it's time to visit the grave of Monsieur Gui. Said Falcon, breaking the silence after they walked several streets further. They passed the marketplace of Les Halles, where the flower sellers have already laid out chrysanthemums for La Toussaint. Neither of them were church-going birds, but on this day, it seemed like the only appropriate to honor those departed whose lives they had touched their own. My persona is more raccoon, I feel that. Most of the time mine would be a possum, but that is just when I had a raccoon face me off once when I was on a walk. Anyways.
Oh, right! You did!
Yeah. I went on one of my, like, nightly walks, which I haven't been able to do since the air quality's been bad, and it's been hot. But, I would go on walks on sunset and come back before, like, the sun officially sets, so there's still a little bit of light. And I was walking, and this raccoon comes out of a trash can and, like, sprints and then starts getting himself to look, like, bigger, even though he was a really fat raccoon at that point. And then he just stands there and watches me, and I walk by, and he's looking at me, and eventually I walk past the car, and then he just is gone. He's, like, squaring me off, making sure I don't come at him, I guess. I'm like, you are fine, sir. You are literally a big raccoon. I'm on my walk. I love that there's a tag for Aviary Attorney post-game. Trick or treat chocolate box. They have an OC character. One person has an OC. One of the fanfics should just be straight up the king dying.
Oh, I see the one where I was like, I'm gonna be the anti-hero.
There's only 4. Yeah, main character death.
Because the first one that is titled Aviary Attorney is, or at least from, the thing, that is an Ace Attorney thing, and then the last one, Passing Time, is also an Ace Attorney thing. Yeah, so there are 4. There are 4 fanfics. I think we can get that up to 5.
Yeah. I am planning on releasing some of my old fiction that I have backed up. I just need to go through it. And I need to, like, proofread it. I've just been so busy writing the Skyline that I haven't proofread any of, like, my old stuff. Especially since some of it is, like, a while back, and I do have stories that I do want to share. So I hope I will be sending those out in Tumblr. And I hope that is an incentive to get everyone writing, that anytime someone writes, I might share something gay. I don't know.
Yes!
I have a lot of stories that I've told, and not all of them have gotten to be heard, so.
The most recent writing I've done that wasn't Skyline or Mythos or something of the sort that wasn't also college related was literally, I'm pretty sure, where I was like, let's write depressing Mythos Swan. And then I did and never finished it.
I have a folder and drive that is just short stories, and another one. I also used to do a bunch of role playing back in the day, online role playing, and I actually started getting back into it during COVID. And a lot of stories came out of that were really good. I actually need to get into contact with someone that I had really fun with, but have like I have a lot that I definitely need to share, and I just have to go back and clean them up because I wrote them on a whim. I think my favorite one is with a character named Lawrence.
One of these fan fictions literally start with, as night fell over Paris, the bird in the mast gazed out of the sea of twinkling lights that covered the Ile de la Cité.
Cover the fuck?
A cold look in his eyes as he paced atop the balustrades of Notre Dame. A perfect place to watch the city burn. Like, fuck, okay. We're getting into it.
Damn, what the fuck?
I'm stunned by this game. Like, yeah, I have some comments about its ending, but honestly, so much of it was so utterly fantastic, and so much of it has left me with just like, yeah, JJ is a criminal. That's just this is the truth, okay? And I adore them all. I love the gay crime birds. Yes.
Gay crime birds.
They're just
And then his straight assistant, Sparrowson, because I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Sparrowson.
I love Falcon and Sparrowson's dynamic, and I really like how they can go out on the line for each other.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but didn't I say hubba hubba in Sparrowson's voice at one point?
Maybe, actually.
Sorry, continue.
I forgot what I was saying. I think I just, they support each other, but they also pick on each other, and it's just, I feel really nice chemistry of characters, and it's lovable chemistry of characters. And 𝐒𝐄 is presented as your typical arrogant rival, right? But then it's like, he clearly has character development that makes him a lovable character, and the way he just, like, he clearly respects JJ's, like, want to do good. To have, follow that justice. And so he's even like, he may not be willing to go that far, but if JJ is, he'll say, you know what, I'm gonna help you. And I think that is wonderful. I think the dynamics of this game are really good. The lioness, I can't remember her name half the time, like Mort or something.
Yeah, Beaumont.
Beaumont, I like how she is, because she's shown as this, like, harsh but reasonable woman, this cold fucking woman, because she just shot a man in 5 seconds. Like, I love how that scene went. And honestly, I kind of wish that we could have delved a little more, not like into that, I guess, more so like her childhood, I guess. Like, we know what happened.
Yeah, she was a super interesting character.
She's very interesting. But I guess maybe, like, with how the Kickstarter went, maybe what happened was, they got that way through developing, and then, like, stuff kind of fell off at the final case.
Yeah, because money makes. Games are expensive to make. Doesn't matter what type of game, it takes a bunch of time, it takes a bunch of money, especially if those people are going to survive based off making that game. So I can understand why the ending was so short. And so, like,
it still
a little
did
bit.
Its job.
It still did its job, though.
Which I can honestly respect. Maybe it wasn't the same hype, right? Maybe it didn't carry that build-up as well as it could have, but it did its job well enough, and I am satisfied with this experience.
I am satisfied with the ending as well, because that means, in the beginning of the game, Sparrowson and Falcon are like, fuck, how are we gonna make any money? And then, obviously, we see that the egg was an issue, and then, Renard wanted the 10,000 francs and stuff like that, but then everyone got what they wanted without violence, and
exactly.
That meant something.
And that really did, especially probably to JJ. I would have loved to touch up more on that too. Like, that's probably where a sequel could kind of turn, in the sense of exploring more so that time of the revolution, kind of. Have more so, as much as I'd hate to do it, sideline JJ and Sparrowson a little bit, in the sense of explore the key forces that were moving in the first July Revolution.
Yeah.
And have them appear every now and then, because they were obviously around, but mainly, have that be a thing, and then kind of show just how that hurt, Falcon specifically, I guess. It's just, there's so many interesting points and aspects, and my brain is going to be buzzing on this, like, infrequently. Like, on and on, like, I'm gonna be sitting on the couch and be like, Falcon and Sparrow.
I need to write gay birds.
I'm gonna be up at 1 a.m. being like, I want to write wholesome gay bird shit. Help.
I think, surprisingly, who was your favorite? Should I ask first?
Character-wise?
Your favorite, yeah, character-wise, within
That's
this
difficult.
entire. Because I know which one's my favorite.
Fuck, I struggle to choose favorites. I gotta really struggle. Honestly, my favorite may kind of have to be like 𝐒𝐄 a little.
I agree. I think 𝐒𝐄 is one of the most interesting and compelling characters.
Uh-huh. Because, like, I adore Falcon. I think he had some really great shit working on there. Like, how you heard me every stream where I was like, what is his backstory? Like, oh my god, he must have done this and this. And, like, oh, that's so interesting. You know, like, I was going on about him. But 𝐒𝐄 is just the more average, I guess, line of that. But, like, he has that development. And then you see him in that... He has such convictions and is willing to go so... I just think he's interesting.
Yeah.
Also,
second favorite will have to be Sparrowson.
Yeah, no,
though.
I adore the way you play that man. He is something else.
I think in terms of like Sparrowson would be my favorite. Like, if like on terms of like character design, character personality, he is my favorite. In terms of character transformation and depth, 𝐒𝐄 would have to be that.
I really loved that scene where
because all those characters
Mort
are quite
came.
interesting.
I really liked the scene where Mort came and was like, you know, where's the king? Give him to me. And he's like, oh, he's left. You should have seen the trial. That was a brilliant display of justice. And she's like, did my father receive that? You know, I just imagine a small quiet for a second. And then she's just, you know, did my father get that from you? And he's just like, no, he didn't. And she's like, you admitted it. Thank you. And, you know, it's just like, you can continue on. You are trying to right your wrong. It doesn't make it right per se, but I thought that was so good. Like, that's just so good.
Sparrowson was just unhinged from the day. There was no character development with Sparrowson, and that's exactly how I liked it with him. He had no character development. He was just unhinged, except every time I even made him even more unhinged. But he was just...
He ate a poison chocolate wrapper and did not tell Falcon until he was seconds from collapsing on the ground.
Sparrowson was very much the rock in the story.
Yeah.
He kept things consistent. And that is a very good role for his character.
It really was. And I also really... there's depth even between him and Falcon as well, with just the way their dynamic was. Because Falcon very clearly... You know, and even maybe still somewhat on that shaky road, he clearly has issues. You know, Falcon clearly probably has motivational issues, maybe even self-worth issues, and just a lot of things. And I clearly, you know, see Falcon as the sort to fall into that state and just do nothing for a while. And it became very clear that every time he did that, Sparrowson was the one to come and pull him out. Sparrowson, you know, isn't inherently maybe a mature person, but he can be when he needs to, and... For whatever reason he chose Falcon as his person, he did. And he pulls him out every time. And Falcon does right by him too, and I think that is just a beautiful kind of friendship. And wholesome, I guess. They are such good boys, and I love him.
Because arguably, Falcon is the protagonist of this entire thing. Obviously, Sparrowson is like the sidekick, even though he's like, I'm not the sidekick. But in terms of how it was written, him being that like the sidekick and being such a rock in that influences the protagonist, because a lot of times people like write sidekicks as the, you know, the weak ones, the ones that aren't fully willed or they aren't smart enough or anything. But Sparrowson was such like a confident confidant that he was able to carry Falcon towards success.
Exactly.
Other than like pulling him back or anything.
I genuinely think too that he was Falcon's rock in the literal sense as well. I feel like if Falcon or like Falcon lost Sparrowson in any way ever, Falcon would maybe even just give up.
I think Falcon would have been like drunk forever.
Yeah,
because Sparrowson's the one that's like, hey dude, don't do that. No, we got work. Like, dude.
And 𝐒𝐄 might have maybe been able to do something, but I don't think it would have been the same. Not until like that last trial where he and 𝐒𝐄 kind of started to reconnect. Until they went through that thing where literally 𝐒𝐄 witnessed Falcon pretty much saving his damn life.
Yeah, 𝐒𝐄, I actually don't think 𝐒𝐄 would have changed anything about Falcon. I think he would have been a detriment to Falcon's progression.
Probably, actually.
Without Sparrowson.
Yeah. Like, Sparrowson got Falcon to the point where he could probably stand on his own. Like, I think at the end there, like, I don't think at the end he can just yet, but I think he is pretty much ready to step onto that platform where he can stand on his own, where he can take a hit and get back up on his own again. And honestly, I think Sparrowson's gonna be really proud when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
They're such good friends, and I love them.
I can't believe we're analyzing a bird game.
Well, it's just good writing, and we're
No,
gonna.
I know it's really good writing. That's
we're
why.
gonna go
That's
play
why
Ace
it's
Attorney,
just funny
and we're gonna destroy it verbally.
because every time I think about it, it's like, oh yeah, this is really good writing, everything. But then you stand back and you're like, this game is about birds
Yeah,
being
birds
lawyers.
being lawyers, and they have human hands.
Hands, yeah, because like remembering the first stream, us being like, what the fuck is happening? Why do they have human hands? Why are they birds in suits? And then immediately being like, no, this is really good writing. What the fuck?
Like, actually,
this
like,
is like
hold
awesome.
on. Like, if I had to choose which game I was going to play, right? Probably this one. Like, if I had to choose one that I could get the experience of a new, fresh game over again, probably Aviary Attorney, genuinely. Like, do I like Ace Attorney? Yes, I do. Do I think the writing is as good? No, not in certain parts for sure. I know people will rave about Nick and Maya's, or Phoenix and Maya's dynamic for years to come. But I personally am not the biggest fan. Maybe time has soured my view because I have not touched it in 20 years. But I'm not sure because Phoenix is a little bit clueless himself sometimes. He is a bullshitting attorney, but his competency kind of doesn't come out as clearly as even Falcon's can when he's in that moment, right? Phoenix kind of seems still wavery a little. He gets there, but he's kind of You know, he's not as strong with that, I guess, in my opinion. So then you bring in Maya, who's also an airhead dumbass most of the time.
I was gonna say, isn't Maya the one that always like gets shit like pinned on her for some reason?
Oh yeah, Maya's
I
been
feel like I've
accused
seen
of
that
murder
meme.
like several times, I think, if I remember
I've seen
correctly.
I think I've seen a meme about that. And I'm like, man.
Yeah, that's kind of because I do want to play Ace Attorney with you one day if you are willing. But it's like,
Oh,
how
yeah,
do we
totally.
distribute these voices? Because as the streamer, I typically would want to take the main attorney, right? Like, so Phoenix. But I don't want to give you Maya because I feel like that would be mean.
I would
don't
love
like...
to be Maya. I
know
think that
what?
would be stupid funny.
You can be Maya then. You also can be Edgeworth if you want, because he's actually cool. That's pretty much the same setup we had here. You were ''𝐒𝐄 𝐅𝐄𝐋 and the assistant, and then
Yeah.
yeah. Either or. Yeah. Basically, end of the summary. I may go read Aviary Attorney fanfiction and maybe write some. Who knows? Go write gay bird fanfiction, friends. Maybe
If
I'll
you
make
want,
an
of course, but
if you want.
I
of
feel like
course.
it's a general consensus of yes, we want to write gay bird fanfiction.
Yes.
Which is funny to me.
And
I totally agree.
And, you know, maybe at some point you'll see an announcement, like, in a week or so about, hey, guys, we might play Ace Attorney. Here's a time. We'll see. Bye.
Bye.